Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. The good-for-nothing senior brother. You can become stronger by sleeping. Chapter 1. Wu Yong is a hardcore bookworm. As a DIOC, he will stay up late to read novels after get off work. On this day, he was staying up late at night reading his favorite fantasy novel. In the dark night, only the phone in his hand gave off a faint light. Suddenly, the phone emitted a strong light, illuminating the entire room. "Ah!" Wu Yong shouted and was sucked into the phone. I saw colorful lights flashing in front of my eyes, and I kept shouting, "Ah!" Qinggang Domain is a lower realm where immortal cultivators are everywhere. It consists of 4 continents, namely Qinglong Continent, White Tiger Continent, Suzaku Continent and Xuanwu Continent. The 4 continents are tens of millions of miles apart. The entire 4 continents of the Qinggang Domain are governed by the Qinggang Immortal Palace. Every continent has a 9th-level cultivation country and 2 8th-level cultivation countries. As for the cultivation countries below the 7th level, there are at least thousands. If a cultivation country wants to reach the 9th level, it must have at least 1 or more Mahayana monks. The standard for a level cultivation country is to have 1 or more tribulation transcending monks, while a 7th-level cultivation country needs 1 or more fusion monks. And so on. The abilities of immortal cultivators in the Qinggang Domain are divided into 9 realms: Qi refining, foundation building, golden pill, yuanying, transformation into God, void refining, fusion, tribulation transcendence, and Mahayana, corresponding to the 9 levels of cultivation kingdoms. Somewhere in the 4th level cultivation country of Suzaku Continent, a figure fell from the sky with a scream, and bang, hit the ground heavily. The screams did not stop as he landed. Wu Yong was rolling on the ground. The pain of falling and the sudden passage made him both shocked and in pain. After a while, the shouting stopped. Wu Yong stood up and kept touching his body with his hands to see if there were any missing accessories. Then he opened his crotch and took a look. Still there. What's going on? Am I reading a novel? Something's wrong with my phone. Could it be that the bright light knocked me out? Am I dreaming? Bang bang bang, Wu Yong slapped himself several times. It hurts. Is this true? Did I travel through time? Am I going to travel through time now? Do I not have to take that bird class tomorrow? Ha 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 ha. Wu Yong seems to be very happy about time travel, because he used to be a DIOC, and besides going to work, he read novels all day long. Today, he finally time travels like what is written in the novel. Where is this? What dynasty is it? Can 300 Tang poems be used? Black gunpowder, mononitrate, disulfide, and charcoal, plus sugar, Big Ivan. Haha, I have traveled through time. I want to stand at the top of this world, I want to reach the pinnacle of life, I want to marry Bai Fumei. I want. Xiaoyang shouted happily, but before he could finish shouting, a big palm hit him on the back of the head. Snapped. Whose kid is yelling here? Old man, I am hunting in the mountains. If you scream like this, all the prey will run away. Xiaoyang jumped up in fright when he was hit. He turned around and saw a man in his 50s, wearing coarse clothes, with his hair tied up with a branch, and the rest of his hair was scattered on his back. This old man holds a bow and arrow in his hand and wears straw sandals on his feet. Really, this dress, this hairstyle, these shoes. I really traveled through time. Ha 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 ha. As a DIOC, Wu Yong has no education, so he can only express his feeling of surprise with 3 WTF words. What? I slapped you stupidly. Old man, do I have that much strength? The old hunting man looked at his palm in confusion. Hey, old man, come on, sit here. Wu Yong took the old man and sat under a big tree. Quickly, tell me where this is and what dynasty it is. Tell me, the future richest man. Which village are you from? You are wearing such strange clothes. You don't even know the current dynasty. Just think of me as a hidden tribe in the mountains. Don't worry about it, just tell me. The hunter old man was skeptical. Indeed, he had heard that there were primitive tribes isolated from the world in some mountains. Could it be that this young man was really from one of those tribes? We are in Jingxian country. This is Yangzheng City on the border of Jingxian country. I was born in Fengjiao village and have been hunting on this high mountain for 30 years. Jingxian country. What dynasty is this? What dynasty? Jinxian country is a 4th level cultivation country. There are a lot of immortal sects, but there is no dynasty. Our Fengjiao village was renamed Fengjiao village because a female immortal appeared in the past. If I had spiritual roots, I would have practiced immortality long ago. After the hunter old man finished speaking, he stood up and walked farther and farther. Wu Yong was in a daze, digesting what the old man had just said. Immortal cultivation, sect, level 4 cultivation country. Wu Yong muttered to himself in confusion, and looked up to find that the old man had gone far away. Hey, old man, don't go. Tell me how to get into the city. Hey, it seems that I can only go to the city first to find a way to make the first pot of gold, otherwise I will starve to death after traveling through time, and then I will probably be the most frustrated traveler. Wu Yong walked in the direction where the old man left. He wanted to walk to the main road to inquire about the news of entering the city. Immortal cultivation, sect, spiritual roots. Isn't this the same as what is written in the novel? No, where is my system? Where is my golden finger? Am I not the chosen one? Doesn't every traveler have a golden finger? Hey, system, are you there? Say something. Wu Yong kept slapping his head, calling the system. No way, no system, no golden finger. Do I have to jump off the cliff to find some beads, green bottles, pendants and other treasures? Just kidding, Wu Yong would never do that. Don't let yourself fall to death if you don't find the treasure. He can't accept this ending if you jump off the cliff after crossing over. Wu Yong came to the main road, picked one at random and walked forward. His idea now was to survive first, and then get the first pot of gold with his advanced memory. After walking on the road for most of the day, more and more people came. Wu Yong followed the crowd and followed the large group in the direction of the city. During this period, he asked questions about this world when he met people. During this period, a kind person saw that he was dressed strangely and gave him a piece of clothes. Hey, hurry up, or Guzi, hurry into the city, the immortal master of Xian sect is here to recruit disciples again, let's go and sign up. Ah, then hurry up, we will miss it if we are late. Wu Yong, who was walking forward, heard the words of the two people running past him, and immediately ran after them. Hey, two brothers, what is the immortal master you are talking about? Xian sect, what is it? Hey, stop asking. If you want to cultivate immortality, follow us to sign up. Hearing the impatient words of the young man, Wu Yong stopped asking and ran madly on the road with the two of them. Yangzheng City, a small city on the border of Jinxian country, Wu Yong followed the two people to the city gate. At this time, the registration office at the city gate was already crowded with people. The two people who brought Wu Yong here plunged into the crowd. Seeing this situation, Wu Yong immediately kept squeezing forward. Wu Yong could only endure the collision of basketballs around him. As a professional athlete, he was very happy at this time. At this time, the young lady in front of Wu Yong spoke. Brother in the back, your stick hit me, can't you throw it away? Hearing what the young lady in front said, Wu Yong said awkwardly, no, young lady, this is a family heirloom and I can't throw it away. I'm so sorry, I don't want to either. You know this scene too. Yeah, I understand you, then you have to take it and don't lose the family heirloom. Don't worry, we can't throw it away. We absolutely can't throw it away. After drifting with the crowd for an hour, it was finally Wu Yong's turn to sign up. At this time, Wu Yong came to the registration office, and a middle-aged Confucian scholar who looked like a master was taking notes with a pen. Name, age, place of birth. Wu Yong, 20 years old. I was born in Fengjiao village, opposite Fengjiao village. Okay, let's go in, next one. The successful registration made Wu Yong particularly happy, because he was one step closer to becoming an immortal. At this time, he walked happily towards the testing place. After entering the city gate and following the crowd through 2 streets, he came to a huge square, which was more than 1,000 meters wide and was already densely packed with young people coming for the test. Everyone was lining up in an orderly manner. Wu Yong looked at the long queue. He randomly selected a team and queued at the back. At this time, the test ahead was in full swing, but most of the young people walked out of the side passage exit with a decadent look on their faces. There were very few people who could pass this test, and basically hundreds of people couldn't choose anyone who could practice. Wu Yong was still a long way away from the test site, and the people queuing around him were whispering to each other in twos and threes. Hey, look at how many people have been kicked off. Do you think we still have a chance? Don't be discouraged, maybe we are the chosen ones. Let's line up. Let alone the chosen one, if you can enter the Zion sect and become a disgraced disciple, it will bring glory to the family. Isn't that right? The grandson of my third uncle's second cousin's friend works as a handyman disciple in the Zion sect and pours manure for the sect every day. In this way, his family has received great honor in the local area. Wu Yong listened to the discussions among the people around him. When he heard that the families of disciples who dumped shit for Zion sect would receive great honors, he felt that he had chosen the right place. The Zion sect was really powerful, and he even began to dream about the days after joining the sect. Just when Wu Yong was in a daze, he was accidentally hit by the person behind him. Boom, he suddenly felt that he was hit on the back by two gentle hammers. Wu Yong was suddenly excited and turned his head to look, and saw a young lady with long hair and a pretty face blushing. Wu Yong looked down and quickly turned his head back. I kept muttering in my mind, big, big. As soon as he turned his head, the young lady behind him turned red. He quickly took a few steps forward. The young lady behind him also quickly kept up with him, for fear of being jumped in line. Wu Yong spent the next few hours in happiness. As more and more people were tested, more and more people were eliminated. In the aisle to the side, some young people who were not selected even cried bitterly, and some looked hopeless. Some of the young ladies shed tears all over the floor. At this time, because the distance was getting closer, Wu Yong also heard some sounds coming from the high testing platform in front. Unqualified, next batch. Unqualified, next batch. Still unqualified, get down quickly and the next batch will come up. You, qualified, stand behind me, others get off. Next batch. The voice of a middle-aged man is heard continuously. Every time 10 people go up to test, it takes more than 10 batches before a low-grade spiritual root appears. This probability is really too low. Wu Yong began to feel unsure at this time, fearing what he would do if he couldn't choose when it was his turn. God bless, I must be chosen. I am a time traveler, shouldn't I be the chosen one? The young man on the side saw Wu Yong praying and immediately taunted him, ha ha ha, God bless you. If this was useful, there wouldn't be so many people being kicked down. If you can't do it, just leave quickly. Don't do it, it's a waste of time to stand in this position. Seeing someone mocking him, Wu Yong immediately spoke back, I can't do it, but you can do it. Look at your sharp mouth and monkey cheeks. If you can do it, I will eat daddy immediately. You, are vulgar, obscene, bah. Oh, why are you peeing on me? I'm peeing. Bah, 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 bah. Immediately, Wu Yong and the young man beside him started a war of words, spittle flew everywhere, and the crowd around him was afraid of being affected, so they pulled the two of them in time. I saw the young man with a sharp mouth and monkey cheeks being held down by a huge young man. At this time, his thin body was clamped under the arm by the huge young man, and the smell directly made him faint. On the other hand, Wu Yong was hugged tightly by the young lady behind him. Wu Yong felt the softness coming from behind and stopped immediately. Little brother, please stop spitting. Please stop making trouble. Listening to the words of the young lady behind him and the tenderness behind him, Wu Yong couldn't continue to make trouble now that it was too late to enjoy it. At this time, Wu Yong deliberately kept twisting his body, as if he wanted to scold the young man with a sharp mouth and monkey cheeks. The young lady behind her suddenly hugged her tighter and tighter, and kept trying to persuade her, okay, we are so old and still spitting at each other, can't we line up properly? We will be here soon. The burly young man on the side couldn't stand it anymore. The young man with the sharp mouth and monkey cheeks under his arm had fainted. Wu Yong still pretended to be quarreling. Isn't this just to take advantage or something? Hey, please calm down, or I'll trap you here. Puff. When Wu Yong heard that the burly young man was about to put him under the other arm, he immediately vomited. This smell even made the young man with a sharp mouth and monkey cheeks faint. If he was caught, it would be a life worse than death. Okay, I won't make trouble anymore, I will line up properly. Well, that's okay. Stop making trouble, or I'll let you try my deadly armpit scissor hands. Yes. Your deadly armpit scissor hands are indeed so terrifying. Tisk, 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 look at this sharp-mouthed, monkey-cheeked idiot. He's already frothing at the mouth. After hearing what Wu Yong said, the sturdy young man immediately looked down and saw that the young man clamped under his arm had already rolled his eyes and was foaming at the mouth. The burly young man was so frightened that his face turned pale. He immediately dropped the young man with a sharp mouth and monkey cheeks with a bang, and kicked the young man to the feet of others. This is none of my business. Brother, you have to make the decision for me. He fainted on his own. The burly young man kept begging Wu Yong, and Wu Yong pretended to be serious at this time and said, well, it's really not your fault. It's all because his resistance is too weak and he can't resist. Yes, it's him. His resistance is too weak. Thank you, brother, thank you. The strong young man kept hugging Wu Yong to express his gratitude. At this time, Wu Yong was held in his arms, and a strong fragrance suddenly rushed into his nose, making him deeply intoxicated. Hey, let me go quickly, or I'll be foaming at the mouth like him. Let go quickly, otherwise I won't testify for you. Wu Yong frightened the burly young man and then let go of his hand. The burly young man giggled, scratched his head with his hand and stepped back. He, thank you, brother, you are such a good person. Ho. At this time, Wu Yong was liberated and immediately breathed in the fresh air. Only now did he realize that the fresh air was so fragrant. This was the freshest air he had ever breathed in his life. As the farce ended, it was almost Wu Yong's turn to take the stage for the test. The middle-aged immortal master in front of him shouted in surprise. This is a top-grade water spirit root. Ha, God's eyes are open. Hurry, this junior sister, come over to senior brother. At this time, Wu Yong saw a woman wearing cyan clothes on the stage who was particularly eye-catching. I saw a girl among the bustling crowd on the stage. She was wearing a green dress, which was like the color of new leaves in spring, fresh and elegant. Her long hair is as soft as silk and flutters in the wind, like a moving picture. Her face is as beautiful as poetry, her skin is as white as snow and as delicate as porcelain, her eyebrows are as graceful as distant mountains, her eyes are as clear as autumn water, and her lips are as delicate as cherries. Her beauty is not offensive at all, but it is impossible to ignore, as if she is an elf from fairyland, exuding an otherworldly temperament. At this time, her body was emitting a dazzling blue light, which represented the high-grade water spirit root she possessed. The middle-aged immortal master beside her looked excited. He thought that this time the sect sent him to the barren land of Yangzheng City. He was still complaining, but now he is so happy that he takes off. Because if he brings back this high-grade water spirit root, the sect will definitely reward the three of them greatly. What do you call this junior sister? I am Wang Hai from Qingyang Peak of Zion sect. Ah, hello, senior brother Wang Hai, I am Lu Qingqing. Although Lu Qingqing had detected high-grade water spirit roots at this time, she was still a little shy in the face of Wang Hai's enthusiasm. Okay, junior sister Lu, please stand aside first, and we will go back together after senior brother completes the test. Lu Qingqing nodded slightly, then stood aside with several other young people who had tested their spiritual roots. At this time, thousands of people had been tested before 6 people with spiritual roots were selected. This elimination rate is really extraordinary. Height of. Wu Yong looked at Lu Qingqing. At this time, he was deeply attracted by this girl with high-grade water spiritual roots. Not only him, but all the boys around him fantasized about meeting Lu Qingqing, a girl who was like a 9-day fairy. After a while, it was Wu Yong's turn. 10 people on the stage came down, and the middle-aged immortal master spoke again. Hurry up, the next group, the 10 people in front of you, come up. Wu Yong and the other 9 people immediately walked towards the middle-aged immortal master. When they came to the immortal master named Wang Hai, they saw Wang Hai quickly tapping the foreheads of the 10 of them with his hands. Wu Yong only felt a mysterious force surge in his mind. This force seemed to be looking for something in his body, and suddenly his body reacted. Buzz! A faint golden light suddenly emitted from his body, and Wu Yong suddenly felt happy. This was a sign of the emergence of spiritual roots. He had just seen it in the audience. Buzz! Another light appears. Buzz! As 5 buzzing sounds came from his body, Wu Yong's body was emitting 5 faint lights at the moment. When the middle-aged immortal master saw that Wu Yong had spiritual roots, he immediately waved to him. You, come here, even though you have mixed spiritual roots, you are still better than nothing. Let's take you back and let the leader decide. Wu Yong was happy at this time. When he heard Wang Hai say that he was just a miscellaneous spiritual root, he was immediately disappointed. What the hell? What's going on? Shouldn't it be a heaven-defying spiritual root? How can it be a miscellaneous spiritual root? It doesn't make sense. Shouldn't the time traveler be awesome? Although I am disappointed, I am not too unlucky to be able to go to Zion sect. At least I still have a chance of becoming an immortal. At this time, the test was coming to an end. With the words of the middle-aged immortal master, the test ended. Well, this year's test is over. Although you have not been selected, you still have to go back and live a good life. There are many roads in life, and it is not just the path of cultivating immortals. On the contrary, this road is very lonely, and not everyone can do it. Persevere until the end. At this time, 2 other young immortal masters also came over and clasped their fists at Wang Hai. Brother Wang, well, 2 brothers, let's take these people back. This mission is over. Yes, but I will follow your orders. Well, okay, you 2 take 2 each, I take 3, we will go back to the sect to report. According to the orders of the middle-aged immortal master, Wu Yong and the other 2 young men were taken to Wang Hai's flying sword. As soon as they stepped on it, the flying sword took off. Wu Yong was so scared that he closed his eyes. As the flying sword flew up, he thought there would be a strong wind cutting his face, but after a while he didn't feel anything. At this time, he opened his eyes. I saw myself stepping on the flying sword, and the scenery below came into view wherever I passed. Mountains flew past him, and there was a faint spiritual shield on the flying sword to resist the sharp strong wind in the air. An hour later, the flying sword landed steadily on a huge mountain. I saw a mountain gate rising from the flat and smooth ground in front of me. On the magnificent mountain gate, 3 big characters, Zion sect, were engraved in the middle of a huge stone slab. Wang Hai led several people to the mountain gate and respectfully reported the situation to the on-duty disciple. Brother, I am Wang Hai, the person in charge of the spiritual root test in Yangzheng City this time. These are the people with spiritual roots we brought back. This is my identity token. After Wang Hai finished speaking, he handed his identity token to the on-duty disciple. After the disciple took it, he scanned it with his spiritual sense and immediately returned Wang Hai's identity token to him respectfully. It turned out to be Brother Wang. I'm sorry. It's my duty. Please understand. I will open the sect barrier for you now. After the on-duty disciple finished speaking, he took out a token and pressed it against the barrier behind him. At this time, a gap appeared in the sect barrier, and Wang Hai walked in with a few people. Wu Yong and others followed Wang Hai through palaces, walked through a large square, and walked towards the sect hall. At this time, a beautiful woman like a goddess came to them in front of them. If Lu Qingqing is the girl version of the 9 Heavens Fairy, then the oncoming woman is the mature version of the 9 Heavens Fairy. This beautiful elder has a graceful figure, which attracts attention. She is dressed in fluttering clothes, like a fairy in the wind, moving with the wind. She wears an exquisite phoenix crown on her head, shining brightly, showing her noble status. She has a slender figure, elegant posture, and a peerless face as beautiful and refined as a fairy. Her delicate skin exudes a faint luster, as warm as mutton fat white jade. Her eyes are as bright as stars, deep and mysterious, containing endless wisdom and spiritual power. The elder exudes a unique spiritual power, as if integrated with the surrounding nature. Her presence makes people feel a sense of tranquility and harmony, as if she is the guardian of this fairyland. Her beauty and spiritual power resonate with people's hearts and can't help but fall for it. Wang Hai saw this beautiful elder coming towards him, and immediately bowed respectfully and clasped his fists. Disciple Wang Hai, meet Elder Mu. No need to be polite. Are you taking these people with spiritual roots to the sect's main hall to become disciples? Reporting to Elder Mu, yes, these people with spiritual roots are all selected from Yangzheng City. Oh, what kind of spiritual roots are they? Reporting to Elder Mu, this Lu Qingqing has a top-grade water spiritual root, and, finally this Wu Yong has a 5-element mixed spiritual root. Well, not bad, there is also a top-grade water spiritual root. Senior sister Li Yanling will definitely like it when she knows about it. I have never been so good in my life. I like to accept disciples, but the headmaster is pressing me. I will take Wu Yang, who has 5 elements and mixed spiritual roots, with me. You will report to the headmaster later and say that I, Mu Wanqing, already have a disciple, so he doesn't need to make any arrangements. Quote. Ah, yes, I will follow Elder Mu's words and report to the headmaster truthfully. Well, come with me. Brother Wang, you continue to be busy. I will take Wu Yang with me. In this way, Wu Yang became a disciple without knowing what was going on. Mu Wanqing took Wu Yang to Shaoyun Peak. Along the way, Mu Wanqing told him about the general situation of Xian sect. There are 7 peaks in Xian sect, among which Xian Peak is led by Headmaster Mu Yang. Huiyan Peak is the strongest combat force besides Xian Peak, led by Elder Xiao Zan. There is also Qi Peak, which is specialized in refining weapons, Lingmu Peak, which is specialized in refining pills, and Qingyang Peak and Qingling Peak, which are mainly based on formations. These 4 peaks are led by 4 elders respectively. Sister Li Yanling mentioned by Mu Wanqing just now is the peak master of Qingling Peak. An hour later, Wu Yang followed Mu Wanqing to Shaoyun Peak. There was a palace standing alone on the entire mountain. There was no one else around. Wu Yang kept imagining, could it be that there were only him and the beautiful master on this mountain? This time he really guessed right. Mu Wanqing of Shaoyun Peak had never accepted an apprentice, and he was the first one. Mu Wanqing didn't like to teach apprentices, but the head of the sect was pressing hard, so she saw that Wu Yang had mixed spiritual roots of the 5 elements, so she brought him back. Anyway, mixed spiritual roots of the 5 elements were difficult to practice, so let him live here. After a while, a stream of light shot from the air and landed steadily in front of Wu Yang and Mu Wanqing. A mighty middle-aged man suddenly appeared, and Wu Yang was immediately startled. Brother, you come to force me to accept an apprentice again. Look, didn't I accept one? Mu Wanqing pointed at Wu Yang and spoke to the head of Mu Yang. It turned out that the head of the sect was her brother, which shocked Wu Yang. HMPH, come in with me, I have something to tell you. Master Mu Yang called Mu Wanqing and walked into the hall, leaving Wu Yang alone in the wind outside the hall. An hour later, Master Mu Yang hadn't come out yet, and at this time a voice suddenly appeared in Wu Yang's mind. Ding! It was detected that the host had successfully become a disciple, awakening the hidden system, and giving a gift package for becoming a disciple. Do you want to start the system? Yes, please confirm, if not, the system will be automatically destroyed. Yes, 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 confirm, confirm. System, woo woo woo, my golden finger. Wang Defa, you finally appeared. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully activating the system. Host, Wu Yang, spiritual roots, 5 elements mixed spiritual roots. Cultivation, none. Kung Fu and combat skills, none. Overall strength, weak chicken. This system uses spirit stones to redeem points, and 100 low-grade spirit stones equals 1 point. After earning points, you can choose to increase the spiritual root attributes, or use them to improve your cultivation level, and then exchange them for exercises, combat skills, elixirs, and magic weapons. In the Qi refining stage, 10 points are needed to increase 1 level of cultivation. In the foundation establishment stage, 100 points are needed to increase 1 level of cultivation. In the golden elixir stage, 1000 points are needed to increase 1 level of cultivation. By analogy, the points required for each higher level are 10 times the previous time. Starting from the foundation building period, 5000 points will be consumed every time you break through a major realm. The rule for improving the spiritual root is to use 100 points to increase the spiritual root by 1 level. The host currently has 5 elements mixed spiritual roots, which are the lowest spiritual roots. Kung Fu and combat skills are distinguished by strength. The stronger the Kung Fu, the more points you need. The same is true for combat skills, magical elixirs. Listening to the introduction of the system, Wu Yang suddenly cursed. Oh no, what kind of system is this? 100 spiritual stones can be exchanged for 1 point. 10 points can increase the level of cultivation in the Qi refining stage, and 100 points can increase the spiritual root by 1 level. You are such a black-hearted system. Where can I find so many spiritual stones for you? If you don't go and grab them, you are a robber. Ding, it is detected that the host insults the system will deduct 5 points, and the penalty for insulting again will be doubled. The system prompts that this is faster and safer than robbery. System points, -5. XXOO Wong Defa. I haven't even started filling the cup yet, and I'm already in debt. I owe 500 low-grade spiritual stones just after activating the system. Oh my god, my god. I can't even scold you. What kind of time travel is this? Why do I feel like I've been cheated by this system? While Wu Yang was complaining, 2 people walked out of the hall. It was Master Mu Yang and Xiaoyun Peak Master Mu Wanqing. Mu Wanqing was seen wearing a white inner shirt with a cyan ribbon tied around her waist, and a thin cyan outer shirt. Her long hair was tied behind her. She had a delicate face and a slender figure. She was nothing more than a 9-day fairy. Wu Yang looked at Mu Wanqing, who was slowly walking towards him with a fascinated look on his face. Boy, come here and see your master. I begged her for a long time before she accepted you. If you dare to make her angry, I will throw you at the bottom of Zion Mountain. Okay, brother, don't scare him. My cultivation is sometimes ineffective, so what can I teach him? But it's better if there are more than one person in Xiaoyunfang, just be more angry. Wu Yang ran over in a hurry. I've met the leader, I've met the master. Boy, stay calm and don't make Elder Mu angry. Wanqing, I'm leaving. I'll send you a female disciple in a few days. This guy can be very inconvenient for a man sometimes. As soon as Wu Yang succeeded in becoming a disciple, he was threatened by the master. What he didn't expect was that his cheap master turned out to be the master's sister. No wonder he was reluctant to ask him not to become a disciple. Wu Yang didn't even listen to what leader Mu Yang said. He has a system, so who cares about you, leader? When he gets rich and improves his cultivation in the future, he must be beaten. Mu Wanqing's voice came when Wu Yang was distracted. Come in with me. I was the only one in our little Yunfang before. Now that you have accepted me as your master, you are considered my first disciple. From now on, you will be the senior brother of little Yunfang. These rooms are places for retreat. This is the alchemy room, this is the qi refining room. I live in the largest room. You can choose one of the remaining rooms. Then I'll choose this one, which is closer to the master. Hee. Mu Wanqing ignored Wu Yang and took him back to her room after getting familiar with Xiaoyunfang's palace. Wu Yang also came to the room next to Mu Wanqing at this time. There was a table, a few chairs, and a bed. A tea table and a setting table. Xiaoyang came to the bed and lay down. He hadn't eaten for a day and was very hungry. He thought that although he had successfully obtained the golden finger, who would have thought that this dog system would allow him to earn spiritual stones? This person was unfamiliar with this place. Go there to earn spiritual stones. She was lying on the bed in a daze when Mu Wanqing came to the door. When you're hungry, go catch the pheasants by yourself. Master, I've already done this. You can figure it out yourself. There is salt in the kitchen. Go and see if it's broken. It hasn't been used for a long time. After Mu Wanqing finished speaking, she turned around and left, returning to her room. Mu Wanqing has also been depressed over the past few hundred years. She doesn't know what kind of physique she has. Although she has the cultivation level of the early nascent soul, her attacks are sometimes ineffective. This is also the reason why he has not accepted apprentices for hundreds of years. It is just because his brother is the head of Zion sect and she is the junior sister of several peak masters, so everyone is very protective of her. She has lived in this small Yunfang for hundreds of years. When her brother brought her this apprentice, she also thought that having more people here would make it more lively. Catch it yourself, catch it yourself, catch it yourself. India is amazing. I don't believe we can't catch a few pheasants. Wu Yang walked down from the palace and came to the back mountain to learn the operations he had seen on TV before traveling through time. He set up a few traps and then wandered around by himself. He actually found some spices. With the spice in hand, go back and check the trap. Sure enough, Mr. De didn't lie. Haha, 5 pheasants, I won't be hungry now. After Wu Yang finished speaking, he carried 5 pheasants and returned to the yard outside the Xiaoyunfang palace room. He put 3 of them in cages in the yard. He ran into the kitchen with 2 of them and slaughtered 2 of them in a few clicks. Chicken. Whistling and carrying firewood, I came to the yard and started to light a fire. After lighting the fire, I went back to mix the spices. After a while, I marinated 2 chickens, skewered them with branches, and went to the yard to start roasting the chickens. Half an hour later, the surface of the 2 roasted chickens was golden and the aroma was exuding. It was so fragrant. Wu Yong's stomach also growled. Mu Wanqing, who was sitting in the room drinking tea at this time, smelled the aroma of the roasted chicken and immediately couldn't resist the temptation. Although she had already died, what girl could bear the smell of roasted chicken? This girl is hundreds of years old. Squeak. Mu Wanqing opens the door. Walk to Wu Yong. What did you use to roast this chicken? Master, these are some spices I found myself in the back mountain. Do you want some, master? Wu Yong directly pulled out a chicken drumstick and handed it to her. It smells too good. No, I am a master, how can I make a fool of myself in front of my apprentice? I'll just eat a little bit, just a little bit. This is my filial piety. Mu Wanqing continued to mentally build herself up, took the chicken legs with both hands and started eating. It's so delicious. How did this guy bake it? It's so delicious. Mu Wanqing kept muttering in her heart. Wu Yong had just finished baking it and was ready to eat it. Mu Wanqing reached out and took one, walked aside and started eating it by herself. Wu Yong stared blankly at a roast chicken that was snatched away, and kept muttering to himself, isn't it fasting? Isn't it not eating? Oh my, I only eat a little. Sure enough, the more beautiful the woman, the less likely I can believe it. Wu Yong hurriedly started eating. He was afraid that if he didn't eat again, the one in his hand would be snatched away. Wu Yong, this chicken is roasted well. Let's continue roasting it tomorrow. I want to eat one. Okay, master. I'll call you when it's baked tomorrow. In the next few days, Wu Yong was busy setting traps, looking for spices, and roasting chicken. The pheasants in the back mountain are all scared. There used to be hundreds, but now there are dozens less. As the roasting became more and more comfortable, Wu Yong came up with a plan. If you roast chicken yourself and sell it in the sect, can you make a fortune from this? Just do what you say. After eating the one in hand, you go directly to the back mountain and lay traps all over the mountain. Wu Yong has been here for a week, and his beautiful master has not taught him how to practice, nor has he practiced the exercises for himself. Just let yourself roast chicken all day long. That day, the 2 masters and apprentices were squatting in the yard roasting chicken, and Wu Yong asked, Master, won't you teach me how to practice? What kind of training are you doing? Isn't it good to roast chicken? Besides, your 5 elements and mixed spiritual roots are very difficult to practice. Okay, this is a basic chi refining formula. You can take it and practice it yourself. But don't forget, roast a chicken for me every day. Wu Yong suddenly felt that he had been cheated. This beautiful master seemed to be perfunctory with him, so he gave him a broken kung fu book and wanted him to roast chicken for her every day. Are all Yuanying monks such scoundrels? Wu Yong cursed in his heart. That night, Wu Yong took the exercises and started practicing. He learned the chi refining techniques and sat there all night. He fell asleep while sitting and was not aware of the existence of the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. Wu Yong went out cursing early in the morning. What bullshit skills, it's useless after sitting all night, but it's really making money, I'll use the spirit stones to exchange for cultivation, and I'm still practicing shit. Dragging his tired body in despair of cultivation, Wu Yong came to the back mountain and patrolled the traps one by one. Today alone, he harvested more than 50 pheasants. As soon as he returned to the courtyard of the Shaoyun Peak Hall, he had been roasting chickens since noon. In the afternoon, Wu Yong pushed his homemade cart to the Zion Sect Square. Chickens for sale, roasted chickens for sale. Take a look. The roasted chicken with secret sauce, the fragrance immediately spread over the square. This junior brother, how much do you sell this roasted chicken? 5 spirit stones for one, no credit. Guaranteed to be delicious. 5 spirit stones, too expensive. A bottle of elixir is only 50 spirit stones. This lovely and beautiful fairy sister, you don't know this. This is our unique pheasant in Zion Mountain. Not only is the meat delicious, but eating it can also improve spiritual power. Really? Then the three of us will have one. Okay, roast one chicken, come again if it's delicious. Wu Yong's first business was successfully fooled by him. It tastes good, but who knows what is unique about it, or what it can improve spiritual power. Anyway, 1/10,000th is also an improvement. After eating the roast chicken, the three girls came to buy another one. As a result, the word spread from 1 to 10, and from 10 to 100. It was sold out in less than an afternoon. Wu Yong pushed the cart back to Xiaoyun Peak and sat in the room to count the money. 10 yuan, only 150 low-grade spiritual stones. In fact, he didn't know that earning 150 low-grade spiritual stones a day was already very remarkable, but his system was too cruel, and it only ate spiritual stones. Then he put the spiritual stones back into the storage bag, closed his eyes and turned on the system. Hey, dog system, wake up, send money. Ding, the system is online. System, I want to recharge 100 low-grade spiritual stones. Ding, the system has received 100 low-grade spiritual stones from the host, and the accumulated points are 1 point. After deduction, there are still -4 points left. Wong Defa, where is my apprenticeship gift package? Open it for me. Ding, it is detected that the host needs to open the apprenticeship gift package. Do you want to open it? Open it now. The apprenticeship gift package is opening. 20 points, basic combat skill fire spirit technique. Host, do you want to use it? Use, cultivate, increase my cultivation, and combat skills. Ding, use successfully, host has 1 level of chi training, combat skill fire spirit technique. Can it work? Go out and try. Go to the back mountain and take a look at the traps. Wu Yong came to the back mountain, and then began to feel his body. After a while, he really found that he had spiritual energy in his body. Then he thought of fire spirit technique in his mind and punched it. Boom, a fist-sized fireball knocked down a tree. Ha, it worked. It really worked. Wu Yong looked at his fist and couldn't let it go. Practice, what the hell, I'll catch a few more pheasants, strive to reach the nascent soul as soon as possible, and beat up that Mu Yong master, dare to threaten me. Humph. Then Wu Yong began to check the traps again, and brought him back dozens of pheasants. The next day, Wu Yong pushed the cart to the square to sell roasted chicken. Not long after he arrived, the roasted chicken was sold out. Wu Yong brand roasted chicken is simply a popular check-in place for Zion sect. It is sold out as soon as the stall is set up every day. A month later, Wu Yong had earned 10,000 spirit stones. Hey, recharge, your customers are here, the system is working. Ding, please enter the number of spirit stones. 10,000 low-grade spirit stones, recharge directly. Ding, received 10,000 low-grade spirit stones from the host, exchanged for 100 points. Increase cultivation, improve cultivation, use up all points. Wu Yong shouted excitedly to the system. Ding, the host's cultivation level is upgraded to the 11th level of chi refining. Hehe, 11th floor, I can walk sideways this way. No, I still have to keep a low profile first. Don't let them know how powerful I am and send me to perform some dangerous tasks. I want to hide, I want to be the 6th. Yes, that's right, I must hide well, lest some powerful people discover my secrets and capture me for research. Just when Wu Yong was secretly swearing to hide well in his heart. One day, the head of the sect brought a girl in her teens to Xiaoyun Peak. Wanqing, brother is sending you a disciple. Head of the sect Mu Yang shouted loudly. Mu Qingwan opened the door and walked out. Brother, why did you send a disciple here again? One of them is enough for me. As Mu Wanqing finished speaking, Wu Yang also opened the door and walked out. He immediately saw the head of Mu Yang leading a girl as gentle as water, with skin as smooth as gelatin, a slender figure, and a yellow and white dress. This is a girl with high-grade water spirit roots, which is just right for your technique. After all, you also need a true disciple. There will be a sect competition in a year. You, Xiao Yunfang, have to fight. Mu Wanqing thought for a while and felt that Mu Yang was right. She didn't care, but she couldn't lose Xiaoyun Fengfeng's face. In that case, I will stay. Thank you, senior brother. Call me brother. I told you to call me brother in private, but you don't even recognize your brother, right? Yes, brother. Well, I'm going back first, you can get busy. After Mu Yang finished speaking, he turned around and left. Indeed, being the head of a sect is quite busy. Mu Wanqing said to the girl who just arrived. Come with me, and I'll introduce you to our little Yunfeng. This is, you can choose a room by yourself. All the words were exactly the same as what was told to Wu Yang. Then I'll choose this one, close to senior brother. Ahem. Wu Yang suddenly choked on a mouthful of saliva. I don't know how to call this junior sister. Ah, my name is Zhang Min. Please give me some advice, senior brother. Don't take it seriously, don't take it seriously, my name is Wu Yang, from now on call me senior brother. Yes, senior brother. Mu Wanqing watched the two of them get to know each other, and then took out a basic qi refining technique from her arms. This is a basic qi refining formula. You should take it and practice it first. If you don't understand anything, just ask your senior brother. When Wu Yang heard this, he wanted to kill Mu Wanqing. I practiced this bullshit technique for a whole night according to the above cultivation method, and I didn't even feel the bullshit. His exercise book has long been used as a foothold. Thank you, master. Zhang Min took the basic qi refining technique from Mu Wanqing. I'll ask senior brother for more advice from now on. Okay, if you don't understand anything in the future, please come and ask senior brother for help. At this time, Mu Wanqing turned around and left, walking back to the room, when a voice came from the room. Wu Yang, don't forget your master's roast chicken. My, good master. Wu Yang is so depressed. This beautiful master is too relaxed. Teacher sister, leave the matter of cultivation to yourself. Come on, junior sister, are you hungry? Senior brother will roast chicken for you. Elder brother, you should teach me how to practice first. Hey, in this way, senior brother will tell you how senior brother practiced before. Wu Yang then opened the basic qi refining technique and pointed at the content inside. See, you follow this method to communicate with the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, and then introduce the spiritual energy of heaven and earth into the body. Introducing the energy into the body is considered to be the first level of qi refining. Then you just need to follow this book and practice step by step. Wu Yang just talked nonsense. Anyway, he said whatever was written in the book. If you want to lie, it means this book is lying to you. It has nothing to do with me at all. Come on, stop talking, senior brother will roast chicken for you, and you can practice again in the evening. People are like iron, and rice is like steel. Well, thank you, senior brother. After fooling Zhang Min, Wu Yang took her to roast chicken together. After a while, the aroma came, and Zhang Min's stomach suddenly growled with hunger. It's delicious, senior brother. It's so delicious. Will you have it every day from now on? Yes, there is it every day. As long as you are willing to work, there will be it every day from now on. Come on, give this one to the beautiful master. Wu Yang deceived a free laborer, and he planned to ask Zhang Min to help him patrol traps every day, so that he would have more time to sleep. It is impossible for him to cultivate, and making money is real. After the two of them finished eating the roast chicken, Wu Yang took Zhang Min to the back mountain to start patrolling traps. Junior sister, remember the location of these traps. From now on, you have to patrol every day. This will be considered as your meal payment. Senior brother promises to bake you a roast chicken every day. Well, I will come every day, senior brother. It was getting dark at this time, and the two returned to Xiaoyunfeng Hall. Xiaoyang went back to his room to lie down, while Zhang Min went to practice. After a night of silence, Zhang Min happily came to Wu Yang's door the next morning. Dong dong dong. Senior brother, have you gotten up? What are you doing so early in the morning? I'm not letting anyone sleep. Wu Yang opened the door after a while, his eyes were dull and he obviously didn't get enough sleep. Elder brother, I practiced according to the method you told me last night. This morning I really introduced qi into my body. I am now at the first level of qi refining. Okay, you will continue to work hard and practice according to the methods written in the book. Okay, I will go to sleep for a while, and you can patrol the traps. Well, senior brother, you rest first, I'll catch pheasants, hee. Zhang Min happily went to patrol the traps, while Wu Yang lay back on the bed depressed. It doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, it only took one night for her to draw chi into her body. Sure enough, high-grade spiritual roots are powerful, not like my 5-element miscellaneous spiritual roots. Hey. Why are you thinking so much? Go to sleep. I don't have to practice anyway, so never mind it. Go back to sleep, go back to sleep. For the next month, Jongmin went to catch pheasants every morning after practicing, while Wuyong went to buy roast chicken as usual. 1 month later, another 20,000 low-grade spiritual stones were earned. Hey, system, you've recharged, I'll send you the money. Ding, how many spiritual stones does the host need to recharge? 30,000, stud. Congratulations to the host for redeeming more than 300 points. Show me your martial arts and combat skills. That's it, this teleportation thing, I'll exchange it for 100 points. Ding, congratulations to the host for understanding how to retrieve objects from across the air. The remaining 200 points are for me to enhance my spiritual roots. Ding, the host's spiritual roots have become low-grade 3 spiritual roots. Comprehensive strength. A little stronger than a weak chicken. Hey, tell me clearly, what is a little bit better than a weak chicken? Ding, it is detected that the host is going to insult this system, please give me a warning. Hey, what you said is that it's too late for me to love you, so why would I insult you, dear system? Wuyong has no way to deal with this system. It seems that the only way is to continue working for it. He can't scold it, as points will be deducted if he scolds it. Senior brother, what are you doing? Wuyong was already in a bad mood at this time. I have broken through the 5th level of chi refining. Hearing the news about Jongmin, he felt even more unhappy. People are so irritating. Congratulations, junior sister, but you can't be proud and keep working hard. Well, senior brother, do you have any martial arts and combat skills here? Can I learn them from the 5th level of chi refining? Now, for the sake of your hard work over the past month, senior brother will teach you a fire spirit technique. How about it? Okay, I can also practice combat skills. Wuyong wrote out the fire magic in the system and gave it to Jongmin. You should understand it yourself. Combat skills cannot be explained in words, they can only be understood. Also, it's time for you to go on patrol. After Wuyong finished speaking, he turned around and went back to bed to continue sleeping, while Jongmin helped him patrol the traps. Another month passed, and this month Wuyong earned a full 100,000 low-grade spiritual stones. Hey, system, I'm here. I want to top up. Ding, it is detected that the host needs to recharge, please enter the number of spirit stones. Ding, it's been detected that the host has recharged 100,000 low-grade spiritual stones, which can be exchanged for 1,000 points. I'll start with 2 levels of cultivation, kung fu, combat skills, and elixir refining. Show me these 3 skills. Ding, the host's cultivation has been upgraded to the 12th level of chi refining. Spend 20 points. The system immediately lists the bookshelves for Wuyong to choose from. I choose this alchemy foundation. Ding, the host has understood the basics of alchemy. It has consumed 100 points. Do you want to continue to redeem it? 800 points, all of them will help me improve my spiritual roots. Ding, congratulations to the host, the spiritual root has been upgraded to the top grade heavenly spiritual root. From now on, spiritual roots can no longer be improved. Tianlingen, haha, if you test me again, I will blind you. I am the chosen one, I can become stronger while sleeping, I will scare you to death. Get up, it's another beautiful day. Wuyong got up and came to the courtyard. He was a beautiful master who always seemed to be in trouble, and it was difficult for him to meet her. Today I'm waiting in the yard. Good morning, beautiful master. Slick tongue, today I'm here to check your cultivation. In half a year there will be a sect competition, so I'll check your cultivation in advance. After Mu Wanqing finished speaking, she led Wuyong and Jongmin towards the back hill. What state are you two in now? Mu Qingwan stopped and asked. Master, I have reached the 7th level of chi refining. Jongmin replied happily. Refining chi to the 7th level in 3 months is indeed quite impressive. Upon seeing this, Wuyong quickly falsely reported his cultivation level, otherwise he would have to participate in some sect competition, which would affect his ability to make money. The sect competition is still going, but not for a martial arts competition, but for selling things. Wu Yong already has a good idea in his mind. Beautiful master, let me forget it. You know the 5 elements miscellaneous spiritual roots, it's useless if you leave them. Mu Qinghuan nodded in agreement. After all, she couldn't afford to let a 5 elements miscellaneous spirit gen fight on behalf of Xiao Yunfeng. That's okay. From today on, I will take Zhang Min to retreat as my master. You will be responsible for delivering 2 roast chickens every day. That's settled. After Mu Wanqing finished speaking, she didn't care whether Wu Yong answered or not, she pulled Zhang Min and left. Wu Yong's good mood suddenly disappeared with the wind. The 2 of them want me to deliver roast chicken when they go to seclusion. Am I a slave? I have a golden finger. Although Wu Yong cursed in his heart, he still sent roast chicken to the 2 of them every day. During this period of time, he has been studying the basics of alchemy, and the facial mask was actually developed for him. I found all the elixirs introduced in the basics of alchemy and experimented on them one by one. In the end, he really worked it out. Ha ha ha, I'm a genius. Wu Yong held the mask, kept looking at it, and then put it on himself. This facial mask will become popular throughout the world of immortality. I'm going to get rich, ha 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 ha. On this day, Wu Yong went to sell roast chicken with a facial mask on, and came to Zongmin Square and shouted loudly. Take a look, buy a facial mask and get a roast chicken for free, first come, first served. Hey, senior sister, fellow fairy sisters, that's you, come on, come on. Junior brother, what's wrong with you? What's that on your face? Several female disciples in the square were called over by Wu Yong. This is mine. This is a magical tool. Just by applying it like this, I can make a woman beautiful. Her skin will become more tender, and she will become younger and younger. It's true, you can't be a liar. Besides, I've already taken the beauty pill, so I can stay young forever. Senior sister, what you said is wrong. Look, if you take the beauty pill, you won't age, but you won't become younger either, right? The female disciples nodded one after another. Look, I used 99 and 81 elixirs to make this mask. After 77 and 49 refining processes, it took me 37 and 21 days to make such a mask. As long as you apply 1 piece a day, you will be able to return to the skin you had when you were 18 years old. It will become younger and younger, and your skin will be supple and supple. Is it so magical, junior brother? How much does 1 piece cost? Do you think I can trick you? Senior sister, I bought you a facial mask and gave you a roasted chicken. You have all eaten roasted chicken, right? Isn't it the best in our Zion sect? This fairy mask costs 5 spiritual stones each. The minimum price is 10 pieces. If you buy it now, you will get a roasted chicken for free. The roasted chicken is available while supplies last. I want 10 slices. I want 10 slices. I want it too. I want it too. Seeing more and more female disciples coming to buy facial masks, in less than an hour, more than 2,000 facial masks were snatched up, and the work was done. There is a pile of spiritual stones placed on the stone table under the big tree in Xiao Yunfeng's courtyard. 9,999. 15,605. I'm getting rich, I'm getting rich, I sold so many spiritual stones in one day, ha ha ha. No, I must find a way to sell such a good thing outside. When it blooms everywhere, I can just sit and count the money. Why should I go to all the trouble to sell it myself? In the next 2 months, apart from roasting chicken for his beautiful chef and junior sister, Wu Yong made and sold facial masks every day. This mask was made by mixing several low-grade spiritual herbs, grinding them, and then adding some honey. He could make 10,000 pieces in a day. As for the 99 and 81 elixirs and the 77 and 49 processes, he made them all up. In the past 2 months, facial masks have become popular throughout the Zion sect. Female disciples from all major mountain peaks and even some female deacons are using it. It can be said that Wu Yong has made a lot of money. Wu Yong was lying in bed counting money this day. 600,000, 600,000, ha ha ha, keep making money at this rate, tisk tisk tisk. It's so cool. Now Wu Yong is a celebrity among the female disciples of Zion sect. There is no female disciple who does not know him, but it is only the male disciples from the major mountain peaks who hold a grudge against him. How could a waste with 5 elements and mixed spiritual roots be liked by so many female disciples? He even helped some beautiful female senior sisters apply facial masks himself. This incident makes many male disciples hate it. Those beautiful female disciples will be sought after by some male disciples. It is equivalent to you touching my goddess's face in front of me. Why don't you get angry? Some male disciples are even discussing how to beat Wu Yang. Wu Yang is counting money happily at the moment. He doesn't care about the thoughts of the male disciples outside. He has a system, and who is he afraid of? System, call the caveman, come out quickly, recharge. Recharge. Ding, host recharge is detected, please confirm the number of recharged spirit stones. 600,000, directly charge 600,000 low-grade spiritual stones. Ding, congratulations to the host for recharging 600,000 low-grade spiritual stones and successfully redeeming 6,000 points. If you have any skills, do some. Ding, it is detected that the host needs to redeem the skills, please choose the required skills yourself. Heaven shaking seal, this is awesome. System, just change it to this one. Ding, congratulations to the host for successfully redeeming the earth level mid-level skill, the heaven shaking seal, 2,000 points will be deducted. Begin to understand the heaven turning seal. Ding, the heaven turning seal was successfully comprehended. All the remaining 4,000 points will be exchanged for cultivation. Ding, the host's cultivation level has been upgraded to the late stage of foundation building, all points have been deducted, and now the points are 0. 0 is 0, ha, I am working hard to make money, and one day I will become the best in the world. I want to marry 10 wives, each of them different. There are still 4 months until the sect competition. In the next month, Wu Yang will be busy buying spiritual herbs and making facial masks every day. He has temporarily put aside the business of roasting chickens. The Tianxian facial mask has become more and more popular in the past month, and some female elders in the sect have also purchased it. Even Elder Li Yanling, the master of Qingling Peak, was moved. Wu Yang has made a lot of money again this month. He just came back from buying facial masks and saw 2 beauties sitting in the courtyard of Xiaoyunfeng Hall. Taking a closer look, isn't this his master, and Elder Li from Qingling Peak? You brat, come here. Come on, master, what are your orders? I heard that you are tinkering with some kind of facial mask recently. Is this the case? Ah, this. Hand it all over, or I'll break your legs. You have to hand it all over. I'm not a master. Are you being unreasonable? These are my lives. You want them all. Then beat me to death. Xiaoyang looks like he is not afraid of death. Is this mask really so important to you? Would you rather die than hand it over? What the hell, are you talking about a facial mask? Don't you mean spiritual stones? Who wants those stinky spirit stones of yours? I'm telling you to hand over the mask. How many stinky spirit stones? If Wu Yang poured out the spiritual stones he earned this month, even elderly on the side would be shocked. Which mountain peak's disciples can earn hundreds of thousands of spiritual stones a month, not even her, an elder. When Wu Yang saw that he was not asked to hand over the spirit stone, he immediately felt relieved. He took out a big pack of Tianxian facial mask and put it on the table. Master, is it enough? Is it enough? There is more. Hey, he took out another big bag. Well, you brat, you are just messing around. You don't practice properly every day, and you always do these useless things. Master Uncle Li and I have confiscated these 2 large packs of facial masks. You can go down. Wu Yang cursed in his heart. Oh no, robbery is robbery. What do you mean by confiscation? Bandits don't carry anything like this. These 2 women are too ruthless. I can sell these 2 big bags for tens of thousands of spiritual stones. Cursing inside, but calm on the outside, Xiaoyang pretended to be heartbroken and slowly exited. Junior sister Mu still has a way, it's not good for us to treat him like this. What's wrong? You have such a good thing and you don't respect the master first. You should be beaten. Senior sister Li, you come to me after you use it up. We are grabbing some. Okay, I'll leave now. I want to go back and try. I'll go back to the room and try too. These 2 women walked away tremblingly as if they had done something wrong. Wu Yang poked his head out of the wall arch. Bah, return it to me, master. Sooner or later, I'll make you pregnant. The facial mask was robbed, and Wu Yong was not in the mood to count the spiritual stones. Who knows if his beautiful master would suddenly rush in and confiscate all the spiritual stones. A man came to the back mountain to hang out. As a result, by chance, he met 3 scoundrels from the Xian sect. Lu Yangfeng and Zhou Zheng from Huiyan Peak and Li Peng from Qingyang Peak. These 3 disciples can be said to bully the weak and fear the strong in Xian sect. If you don't pinch the soft persimmon, you won't be called as scoundrels. These 3 people are all the lackeys of Huo Yunfeng's senior brother Lu Tianya. Hey, isn't this Wu Yong, that loser? I heard that he earned a lot of spiritual stones from those female disciples during this period. Hey, kid, you are unlucky if you meet our Xian 3 tigers. You happen to be out of money, so hand over all your spirit stones. Ha 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 ha, senior brother Lu, don't scare the shit out of this loser. I heard he has 5 elements and mixed spiritual roots. When Wu Yong saw it, weren't they just 3 silly treasures? He robbed me in broad daylight. It seemed that he didn't take himself seriously as a protagonist. Oh, 3 senior brothers, don't come over, I'm so scared. Wu Yong jumped up and ran into the woods. Ha ha ha, senior brother Lu, this loser is quite clever and knows how to escape. Ha ha ha, run, can you run? Go up, beat him up and steal the spiritual stone from him. As soon as Wu Yong ran into the forest, he put on black clothes, covered his face, and was hiding under a big tree. Robbing me, ah, I'll beat you today and call me mom. Lu Yangfeng led Zhou Zheng and Li Peng in pursuit into the forest. Go over there, Li Peng, go over here. Surround him and see where he can run. At this time, Zhou Zheng and Li Peng were running to one side. They wanted to surround Wu Yong, and Lu Yangfeng was chasing forward alone. Wu Yong under the big tree looked at Lu Yangfeng getting closer and closer. A man with a lot of courage. 3 early-stage foundation builders came to rob me, a late-stage foundation builder. I'll beat the shit out of you today. Trash, you have to hide yourself. Your grandpa is looking for you. If he finds you, he will break your legs and make you sell facial masks every day. Lu Yangfeng walked forward with a mocking look on his face, uttering wild words as he walked. Wu Yong saw that it was almost done, and then he formed a seal with his hands, and the spiritual power in his body condensed in the palm of his hand and turned into a golden seal as big as a palm. This is exactly what I purchased from this dog system before, and now I'm using it for the first time and I don't know how powerful it is. Waste, let me know what waste is. Heaven-shaking seal. Boom, Wu Yong struck out with a palm, and the heaven-turning seal in his palm turned into a stream of light and headed towards Lu Yangfeng. Bang, a heaven-shaking seal hit Lu Yangfeng's face. Bang, Lu Yangfeng flew away. Hit the ground. Heaven-shaking seal. Heaven-shaking seal. Heaven-shaking seal. Wu Yong used it for the first time and didn't know its power yet, so he added 3 more palms. After seeing no movement for a long time, I cautiously went over again. I saw Lu Yangfeng lying on the ground not far away, bleeding from his mouth and nose. Lu Yangfeng had already passed out. At this moment, Lu Yangfeng's face was bruised and purple, and 2 pillars of blood were still bleeding from his nose. Oh, this power is great. This spiritual stone is not in vain, haha. Wu Yong looked at his palm happily and nodded with satisfaction. It's not a loss, this power is enough. Then he grabbed Lu Yangfeng's collar with one hand. You're so awesome, I'll teach you how to be a good person. Leaving Lu Yangfeng alone, Wu Yong ran around with his hands and took away all the valuables. Even Lu Yangfeng's clothes were taken off. I let you rob me, I let you be awesome, I let you, forget it, I can't think of words, bring it, I'll spend this spiritual stone for you. After a while, Lu Yangfeng was stripped naked, and Wu Yong whistled and walked forward. After a while, I met Zhou Zheng in front. Without saying anything, Wu Yong directly formed the seal. Heaven-shaking seal. Look at my heaven-shaking seal. Boom, boom, 2 palms were struck, and 2 spiritual power seals were struck instantly. Bang, bang, Zhou Zheng was smashed away before he could even react. Bang, hit the tree and fell down. The nose was bruised and the face was swollen, and nosebleeds and blood were mixed on the face. It was obvious that he had fainted. That's it, Xian 3 tigers, 3 of your sisters. Wu Yong groped around and all the spiritual stones and clothes on his body were taken away. Only a pig's head was left lying naked on the ground. There's another one. Oh my, I just got robbed of my facial mask. I'm already in a bad mood. You guys have to hit me at gunpoint. Wu Yong held the clothes of these two people and went to find Li Peng. He met Li Peng a quarter of an hour later. Heaven-shaking seal. Heaven-shaking seal. Forming seals with both hands, two spiritual power seals flew out from the palms. Bang bang, ah, a scream came, and Li Peng flew out and hit him hard. He tilted his head and passed out. He was in the exact same position as the two of them, with bruises on his face. The three brothers must be unified. If there is nothing left of them, you should accompany them too. Let you go back to the sect naked, and then I will use the radio to call people. In this way, I will leave you a shirt. When the time comes, whether the three of you want to fight or guess punches over this shirt is up to you. After taking care of the three scoundrels, Wu Yong took off the black cloth covering his face and took off his black clothes. He hugged the three people's clothes and walked out. Come to the edge of the cliff and throw it directly towards the bottom of the cliff. Bye-bye. Wu Yong then counted the spiritual stones of the three of them. A small pile of spiritual stones piled together looked like only a few thousand. Bah, you are as poor as a dog. These 3,000 pieces of low-grade spiritual stones are confiscated. Wu Yong directly put the spirit stone back into his storage bag, whistled and walked back. Half a day later, when it was almost dark, the three people in the woods woke up leisurely. Ouch, my head, who is it? Who attacked me? Hey, Zhou Zheng, Li Peng, where are you two losers? Lu Yangfeng cursed loudly as soon as he woke up. Hey, why is it so cold? Lu Yangfeng looked down. Where are my clothes and where are my pants? Who is it? Leave me no underwear either. Ah, I'm going to kill you. At this time, Zhou Zheng and Li Peng heard the sound and ran over. Zhou Zheng was also slippery like him, and only Li Peng was wearing a shirt. Li Peng, give me your shirt. What are you doing? Come on, go back first. If you find the person who attacked you, I will kill him. The three of them walked down the mountain in hiding. What they didn't know was that Wu Yong was following them not far behind, holding a homemade loudspeaker in his hand. You two, keep your voices down. It's getting dark now and there shouldn't be anyone around. Let's quickly pass through the square and return to Fire Cloud Peak. The three of them walked on tiptoe, their waists wrapped in leaves. Hide behind the flower pot on the edge of the square and walk towards Fire Cloud Peak like a thief. Just when the three of them were about to reach the middle of the square, Wu Yong jumped out with a big speaker. Wow, what kind of exercises are the three senior brothers doing? Everyone, come and see, someone is running around naked, wow. It's so big. It didn't matter if he shouted, a lot of disciples who were wandering around the square immediately turned their heads. Everyone, come and look, there's someone running around naked here. It's so shameless, it's so big. Buzz. When the three people who were hiding heard this, their minds were buzzing. They were so embarrassed now that they couldn't care about the leaves covering their waists. The three of them ran away. Who would be covering the leaves at this time? All three of them covered their faces and ran towards Huiyan Peak. Ah, perverted. Ah, so disgusting. Look, who is this? Ha 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 ha, running here naked. Hey, this seems to be the three evils of Zion. The female disciples around them covered their eyes with their hands, but their fingers were open. Not for anything else, just because Wu Yong's words are so big. Kid, play with me and kill the three of you. After finishing his work, Wu Yong walked slowly towards Shaoyun Peak. The three scoundrels ran all the way back to Huiyan Peak and changed their clothes in the courtyard where they lived. Ah, this trash, I'm going to kill him. Senior brother Lu, this loser has humiliated us so much today, we must kill him someday. Hiss, it hurts so much. Find an opportunity to kill him. This loser actually used a loudspeaker to make us look embarrassed in the square. Lu Yangfeng, Zhou Zheng, and Li Peng were sitting on chairs and communicating with each other with ferocious faces. Every movement of their facial muscles would cause severe pain. And the person who attacked us, if he is found out, I must let my cousin Lu Tianya take action to kill him. Yes, there is also the person who attacked us. Before I passed out, I saw that person covering his face. Who is the one? No matter who he is, my cousin is now at the Golden Core stage. As long as I find him, I will ask my cousin to avenge us. Yes, let's find senior brother Luciania to avenge us. That's right, if you hit us in Zion sect, wouldn't that be like slapping senior brother Luciania in the face? Who doesn't know that we are senior brother's men? At this time, Wu Yong returned to Xiaoyunfeng and was secretly observing Mu Wanqing's room in the yard. Then he tiptoed towards her room, like a cat, not daring to make a sound, even walking on tiptoes. Arriving outside Mu Wanqing's room, she looked inside through the gap in the window. The beautiful master is not in the room. Hee, I can feel at ease this time. Seeing that Mu Wanqing was not in the room, she immediately ran back to her room, bang. Close the door, click, and lock it directly. I went back to bed and started counting the spiritual stones I earned from selling facial masks this month. 200,000, 30, 66 million, get rich, get rich. If you continue like this for 2 years, you will be able to beat up the boss in 2 years. System, get up, don't sleep, the uncle is here. Recharge, recharge. Ding, it is detected that the host needs to recharge, please enter the recharge amount. 600,000 spirit stones, recharge them for me. Ding, congratulations to the host for successfully recharging 600,000 low-grade spiritual stones and gaining 6,000 points. Grow my cultivation level, I want to form a pill. Ding, congratulations to the host for being promoted to the great perfection of the later stage of foundation building, which consumes 100 points. There are 5,900 points left. 5,000 points need to be deducted to break through the pill formation stage. Whether the host chooses to break through the stage now, yes, please confirm, no, please press the return button. Do you need 5,000 points to break through the realm? I forgot about this. If I break through the realm, I don't have any martial arts or combat skills. Isn't that just a waste with only realm but no cultivation? Those Zion 3 tigers will definitely attack me again. How about I buy some magic weapons and combat skills for self-defense first? I'll earn more spiritual stones later and break through the realm. Quote. Wu Yong had a mental struggle. Indeed, if he breaks through now, then if he only has a realm, but does not have the same cultivation level and matching combat skills, he will be a waste at the golden core stage at best. Just do what you say. In this case, you must first buy some exercises that can improve your cultivation and matching combat skills. Go back first, I want to buy martial arts and combat skills. Ding, you have returned and entered the martial arts and combat skills page. Please choose the host yourself. The Hunyuan Kung Fu can increase 60% of the spiritual energy entering the body and turn it into spiritual power. So few. In order to convert 60%, you still need 2,000 points. No. A technique from the Taishang Dao can increase 80% of the spiritual energy entering the body and turn it into spiritual power. 80 is not bad. This book costs 4,000 points, which is too expensive. Let's leave it like this for now, this is it. That's it, system. Ding. After deducting 4,000 points, there are still 1,900 points left in the system. Congratulations to the host for getting the Taishang Dao technique. Now start to understand it. Ding. The comprehension is successful. Congratulations to the host for successfully comprehending the first technique of Taishang Dao. Because the first technique of Taishang Dao is a heaven-level technique, the technique gives you a combat skill, the sky-breaking fist. Do you choose to comprehend the sky-breaking fist? Free. You're a fool if you don't make a profit if you're looking for something cheap. Understand now. Ding. Began to comprehend the sky-breaking fist. Ding. Succeeded in understanding. Not bad, ha, the sky-breaking fist is actually so powerful. Although the power of one punch is not as good as the heaven-shaking seal, it's not much different. It's enough. Wu Yong was feeling complacent. He didn't know how important this heaven-level technique, Taishang Dao Yi Ju, was. If an ordinary monk could convert 50% of the spiritual energy of heaven and earth into spiritual power, it would be extraordinary. You must know that after the spiritual energy of heaven and earth enters the body, some of it will be lost after the meridians circulate for a large circle. What is left after the spiritual energy of heaven and earth circulates for a large circle is spiritual power. Let alone the small Zion sect, even a large sect in a 7th level cultivation country may not have such heaven-defying heaven-level skills. He also mockingly said it was too expensive, so he would leave it at that for the time being. Little did he know that if this technique leaked out, it would trigger a war between a lot of 7th level cultivating countries in an instant, and even 8th level cultivating countries would get involved. After Wu Yang comprehended this Taishengdao technique, his body also underwent some wonderful changes. At this time, after the spiritual energy of heaven and earth entered his body, more remained. 80% of the remaining spiritual energy of heaven and earth was automatically transformed into majestic spiritual power. If he were to make a heaven-shaking seal now, it would definitely not be the size of a palm. Feeling that his body was filled with majestic spiritual power, Wu Yang suddenly felt that this spiritual stone was well spent. Hee, I asked you why the heaven-turning seal I condensed is only the size of a palm. It turns out that the spiritual power in the body is not enough. Such a powerful combat skill only left 3 scoundrels bruised and swollen. If something like this happened again, a single heaven-shaking seal would definitely break their ribs. Quote. And this free sky-breaking fist, hee. That's enough for now. For the next month, Wu Yang repeated the same life every day, making and selling facial masks, but now it is getting harder and harder to sell facial masks. Maybe it's the female disciples in the sect. Everyone has stocked up more or less, but they haven't used it up yet, so sales have dropped. It seems it's time to develop the outside market. We need to find an opportunity to leave the sect and go to the city of immortal cultivators. Find those chambers of commerce that sell martial arts, combat skills and elixirs, and cooperate with them. In this way, I can make money while lying down. It seems that just relying on Zion sect is not enough. Quote. I just bought 200,000 spirit stones this month, and my performance has seriously declined. While Wu Yang was thinking about how to open up the market outside the sect, a light voice came. Senior brother, I'm back. Zhang Min ran in from outside the main hall and ran to the door of Wu Yang's room with a smile on his face. Wu Yang stood up and opened the door. What are you doing? Calling for a soul. I haven't seen you for 3 months. I thought the beautiful master sold you. No, my master and I have been practicing in seclusion every day. Now I have reached the 12th level of chi refining and perfection. The master said that he will build a foundation for me after the sect competition. Senior brother, I am very powerful now. My master also taught me 2 combat skills. Do you want us to compete? Come on, I'm afraid of splashing blood on your face. The 12th level of chi refining is so awesome. I'm not interested in competing with you. Oh, alright, then let's go roast the chicken. Senior brother, give me the roast chicken. Okay, for the sake of coming to me as soon as you come back, senior brother will roast a chicken for you. You go and light the fire while I go to prepare it. Great, the 2 then came to the yard. Wu Yang was turning the branches in his hands, and a chicken was flipping over the charcoal fire. Zhang Min was clasping his chin with both hands and drooling. Here, little greedy cat, eat. Thank you, senior brother, you are the best. Zhang Min held the roast chicken and started eating. Wu Yang looked at Zhang Min who was eating with gusto, and a smile appeared on his lips. A quarter of an hour later, Wu Yang, who was watching Zhang Min eating chicken, said, How about it? It's delicious. After eating, come with the senior brother. The senior brother will teach you a skill and a combat skill. Yeah, it's delicious. What, senior brother, you want to teach me martial arts and combat skills? Okay, I won't eat if I don't want to, I'm full. Wash your hands and follow me. Wu Yang took Zhang Min back to the room, and then wrote the Tai Sheng Dao Yi Ju in the heaven-breaking fist. Junior sister, remember, this technique must not be known to anyone, not even the beautiful master. Do you understand? It will burn after you memorize it. Also, you must not say that I taught you this heaven-breaking fist, do you understand? Quote. Zhang Min kept nodding. Well, I will definitely keep it a secret. I will burn it all when I get back. But senior brother, where did you get this technique? Don't ask, I won't tell you even if I ask. Also, if someone comes to trouble me in the future, you will be responsible for beating them. Senior brother, I am too lazy to do anything. You can't expose my cultivation, save the time. Trouble. Wu Yang is a person who is afraid of trouble. If he reveals his cultivation level, he will not be appreciated by the sect. Then he will arrange cultivation tasks every day. He has to go out constantly to perform tasks assigned by the sect. How can he have the time? Why not quietly earn spiritual stones to improve his cultivation? As long as you earn spiritual stones quickly, it will only take time to become a powerful person. So he has to survive and grow peacefully. Only when your economy is high can you beat others. This is what I learned in the game before traveling through time. Well, senior brother, if anyone looks for trouble in the future, I will beat them up, Well, that's right. As expected of me, Wu Yong's junior sister, go back and practice. Zhang Min stood up and walked towards the door. At this time, Wu Yong saw Zhang Min's buttocks, which were outlined in a perfect arc by a dark green tight dress. For a moment, I couldn't hold back my hand, and slapped Zhang Min's butt. Ah, senior brother, what are you doing? Zhang Min was slapped on the buttocks by Wu Yong, her face turned red immediately, and she ran away. Wu Yong looked at his right hand and was confused. Why did he suddenly take the shot? This hand is out of control. Hey, you, tell me what this is. It's really a crime. But it's quite elastic. Who knew that a little girl who was just 16 would have such a curvy figure? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Wu Yong was still immersed in the feeling just now and couldn't extricate himself. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. During these 3 days, Zhang Min had been practicing the Taishengdao technique given to her by Wu Yong in her room, while Wu Yong was tinkering with his wealth code, the fairy mask, every day. As if the butt-slapping thing didn't exist in their minds, Wu Yong was sleeping that night. As a time traveler with a system, he has never practiced again since the first time he practiced was useless. However, when he was sleeping, traces of the spiritual energy of heaven and earth were continuously entering his body. He didn't know that Tai Shang Dao Yiju had changed his physique, and even if he slept, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth could automatically enter his body. At this time, Zhang Min's room was emitting a faint light. Zhang Min, who was practicing with his eyes closed, had been sitting in the same posture for 3 days. This faint light emanated from her body. I saw this faint light getting brighter and brighter, from just a candle-like light, to now it has become an LED light lighting up the entire room. Zhang Min's face was filled with pain, as if he was suffering inhuman pain. At this time, the light suddenly increased and turned into a blue light that penetrated through the roof and shot straight into the sky. A huge blue light pillar rose into the sky, illuminating the Xiaoyunfang Hall as if it were daytime, but it was a beautiful blue light. Zhang Min opened her mouth in pain, but instead of making a human voice, it made a loud phoenix cry. This sharp phoenix cry is like a phoenix being reborn from the ashes and enduring the heat of the flames, thus reborn and reborn. Boom! Hearing the sound of the phoenix, Mu Wanqing burst out of the door, looked at Zhang Min's room, and rushed over in one stride. When I arrived at the door of Zhang Min's room, I pushed it open and saw Zhang Min sitting cross-legged on the bed practicing, with a look of pain on his face. Without saying a word, he stepped forward, and the spiritual power from the mid-stage nascent soul in his body was continuously input into Zhang Min's body. As Mu Wanqing's spiritual power entered the body to help Zhang Min suppress the rioting phoenix energy, the pain on Zhang Min's face lessened. But after a while, Mu Wanqing found that her spiritual power had disappeared, and she could no longer use it. This was a physical problem of Mu Wanqing, and it had been like this since she first started practicing. Her spiritual power comes and goes, and she doesn't know when it will recover, so this is why she didn't accept a disciple before. While Mu Wanqing was anxious, 6 figures outside Xiaoyunfang Hall quickly fell down and rushed into the hall to the backyard courtyard. Looking at the room emitting blue light that reached the sky, he rushed in. Leader Mu Yang saw Zhang Min with a painful expression on the bed, and Mu Wanqing who was still anxious in front of the bed. Mu Wanqing also saw a few people. Brothers and sisters, come and help Xiao Min suppress the raging phoenix energy in her body. She should be awakening her physique. When several people saw this situation, they still didn't understand. They immediately stepped forward together, clasped their hands, and the nascent soul stage spiritual power in their bodies poured into Zhang Min's body continuously. As the spiritual power entered again, the pain on Zhang Min's face lightened again. The 6 people who came here were none other than the leader Mu Yang, the leader of Fire Cloud Peak Xiaozan, the leader of Qi Peak Huang Tianai, the leader of Lingmu Peak Qian Qian, the leader of Qingyang Peak Zhou Tianfeng, and the leader of Qingyang Peak Li Yanling, the master of Lingfeng Peak. The 6 peak masters each controlled their own spiritual power and slowly injected it into Zhang Min's body. As time passed by, Mu Wanqing quietly watched Zhang Min sitting on the bed. Wu Yang was also awakened by the sharp sound of the phoenix. He walked out of the room and was shocked by the dazzling blue light in the sky. He tiptoed to the door of Zhang Min's room. I saw the 6 people who were helping Zhang Min suppress the phoenix energy in his body, and the beautiful master standing beside him. Wu Yang's mouth opened wide, but he didn't make any sound. Mu Wanqing also saw Wu Yang and immediately made a shushing gesture towards him. Wu Yang nodded quietly, then retreated to the yard, watching all this quietly. I'm sorry, what's going on? Why is there a sudden burst of blue light and such a sharp phoenix cry? Could it be that this girl practiced the Taishengdao technique I gave him, and then something like this happened? If this is really the case, then am I unable to hide it? Zhang Min, please don't let these old Yinbi find out. Didn't I just slap your butt? God bless me, don't let these people discover my secret. Quote. Wu Yang is constantly guessing and praying in his heart. At this time, Zhang Min, who was sitting on the bed, was injected with the spiritual power of the 6 peak masters. A layer of white light slowly appeared outside his body. After a while, the white light slowly solidified. It condensed into a round white cocoon, and a thread of white silk-like substance wrapped around Zhang Min's body. Take the initiative to isolate the spiritual power of several people. Seeing this, the 6 peak masters removed their spiritual power and looked at the white cocoon in front of them. It seems like it's done. Now is the time for transformation. I don't know how long this process will take. Let's go out first. As the leader, Mu Yang was the first to speak. The head brother is right. Let's go out and wait. Let's go. I just don't know what kind of physique this little girl will awaken. No one in our Zion sect has awakened a physique for hundreds of years. The 6 peak masters and Mu Wanqing walked out of the room one after another. Mu Wanqing closed the door after walking out. The 7 of them came to the yard and looked into the sky, only to see the blue light unabated. Then he looked at Wu Yang, who was squatting on the stone bench. Wu Yang found 7 pairs of eyes staring at him, and he was suddenly shocked. Ah, sit down, beautiful master, all the peak masters and heads, please take a seat. The 7 leaders, Mu Yang, came to the stone table and sat down. I'm going to make tea for all the peak masters. Phew, Wu Yang ran away directly. Qingyang Peak Master Zhou Tianfeng looked at Wu Yang running away and smiled slightly. He's quite discerning, so I'd say this guy is quite smart, ha ha ha. This kid is just a little smart, but unfortunately he has mixed spiritual roots of the 5 elements. Ah, you can't say that about him. After all, he tinkered with that fairy mask, which is popular throughout the sect. I heard that even junior sister Li is using it. Well, this was also given to me by junior sister Mu, so I just tried it. Ha ha ha, everyone loves beauty. It's okay. No matter how he tinkers, he is just a mixed spiritual root of the 5 elements, and it's difficult for him to achieve great success in his life. Originally, everyone was chatting well, but Xiao Zhan, the head of Huiyan Peak, belittled Wu Yang as soon as he opened his mouth. Wu Yang happened to hear this when he came back with tea. But he pretended not to hear it, walked over to put down the tea and teacup, and then walked away. Huiyan Peak, Xiao Zhan. You wait, I will beat your mouth one day, isn't it just the late stage of the nascent soul? When I earn more spirit stones, I will surpass you immediately. I won't feel relieved unless I hang you up and whip you for 3 days and 3 nights. Wu Yang ran directly to the back mountain and jumped onto a big tree, lying on the trunk of the tree. Can't I hide if I can't afford to offend you? Wait, I'll show you what I can do later. After a night, the head of Mu Yang and the other 7 people stayed in the yard all night. When it was almost dawn, the dazzling blue light slowly fell, forming a blue phoenix on the roof of Zhang Min's room. Then the blue phoenix turned red, then gold, cyan, white, black, green, and changed into 9 colors. Finally, it turned into a purple phoenix and sank into Zhang Min's room and entered her body. It's done. 9-turn phoenix body, ancient immortal body. My Zion sect is going to rise. The head of Mu Yang looked at the purple phoenix phantom that sank into the room and shouted excitedly. He didn't look like a head of the sect at all. Yes, after so many years, my Zion sect finally has a disciple with an ancient immortal body. Yes, auspicious, auspicious. Ha 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 ha. Congratulations to junior sister Mu. 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 The leaders of the other peaks looked at Mu Wanqing with envy, and Mu Wanqing was also excited. Not only Mu Wanqing, everyone was very excited. After all, this was a big deal. Although Zhang Min was Mu Wanqing's disciple, she would definitely be taught by everyone in the future. Not only them, but also other sects in Jinxian Kingdom would spare no effort to provide cultivation resources. Because people with ancient immortal bodies such as the 9-turn phoenix body will definitely achieve the god transformation stage in the future, and Jinxian Kingdom is a 4th-level cultivation country. If a 4th-level cultivation country wants to be upgraded to a 5th-level cultivation country, it must have at least one god transformation cultivator. This is the most basic condition. In order to upgrade Jinxian country to a level 5 cultivation country, all the major sects will definitely spare no effort to cultivate her. After all, the cultivation resources of a level 5 cultivation country are much more than those of a level 4 cultivation country. Even if those sects are not for Jinxian country, they will also cultivate Zhang Min vigorously for the sake of their own sects to get more resources in the future. Junior sister Li, you and my sister go in and take a look. It's not convenient for us men to go in now. That's what the head brother said. Junior sister Mu, let's go in and see your disciple. Yes, senior sister Li. Li Yanling and Mu Wanqing walked towards the room where Zhang Min was, pushed the door open and went in, only to see that there was no light in the room, only a white cocoon was left on the bed. Crack, the white cocoon made a cracking sound. Crack, 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 crack. More and more cracks appeared on the white cocoon, bang. A slight cracking sound was heard. The white cocoon was completely broken into pieces and fell off. Zhang Min, who was covered in snow white, was hugging her knees with her hands and her head buried in her knees. As the white cocoon broke, Zhang Min opened her hands and slowly rose up, her legs vertical, and the spiritual energy of the world around her gathered madly into her body as Zhang Min opened her hands. At this time, Zhang Min was naked. After the awakening of the 9-turn phoenix body, her curves were more perfect, and her body was as smooth as a newborn baby. Her temperament became more charming than before. If Wu Yang was here at this time, he would definitely be very beastly. It's worthy of the 9-turn phoenix body. Junior sister Mu, our Zion sect is really going to rise. I will trouble all the senior brothers and sisters to teach me more in the future. I'm afraid I don't have the ability to protect her alone. While the two were talking, Zhang Min in the air slowly opened her eyes as the spiritual energy of heaven and earth entered her body. Then the figure slowly fell. Zhang Min looked at her master and Li Yanling, and then looked at her body. Covering her chest with both hands. Ah, master, what's going on? Ha ha ha, you little girl are still shy, your master and I saw everything just now. Xiao Min, don't be nervous, you just awakened the ancient immortal body, the 9-turn phoenix body. As the phoenix physique in your body is reborn from the ashes, your clothes are also burned and dissipated. Hurry up and put on your clothes, and follow us to meet the headmaster and the peak masters. They helped you when you could not suppress the phoenix energy in your body. Hearing Mu Wanqing say this, Zhang Min immediately understood that she was fighting with a phoenix in her body at that time. Just when she was about to give up, she suddenly found that there were 6 more spiritual powers in her body, which helped her suppress the rioting phoenix. Then Zhang Min changed his clothes, and as the two of them came to the courtyard, Zhang Min couldn't help but feel a little nervous when he saw the leader and several peaks. Looking at Zhang Min, who was a little reserved, head Mu Yang spoke first. Don't be so nervous, you little girl scared us old guys last night. Ha ha ha, luckily you successfully suppressed the phoenix energy in your body. Ha ha ha, the leader is right. Last night made me, an old man, both shocked and worried. Elder Zhang Qian of Lingmu Peak on the side also smiled and spoke. Li Yanling looked at Zhang Min, who was a little nervous in front of everyone, and then looked at her senior brothers with their eyes shining brightly. Okay, any little girl wouldn't be nervous when facing the looks in your eyes. Yes, Junior sister Li is right, ha ha ha, it's us old men Meng Lang. Okay, the ancient immortal body has appeared in our Zion sect. This matter must be reported to all major sects. Then we will discuss with each major sect on how to train Zhang Min. In a moment, we will notify all the major sects in the Xi'an kingdom to come to our Zion sect to observe the ceremony in 3 days. On behalf of the Zion sect, I, Mu Yang, will confer Zhang Min as the holy girl of our Zion sect. From now on, the 7 of us and the ancestors of each major sect will teach us that the growth of the ancient immortal body is related to whether I can enter the 5th level cultivation country in the Xi'an kingdom, so this is not a matter for my Zion sect family. Quote. Yes, I will obey the decree of the head brother. After Master Mu Yang finished speaking, all the peak masters agreed. Awakening the ancient immortal body is a big deal. Without the joint efforts of all the major sects to cultivate it, Zhang Minwei may not be able to grow up safely. After all, not all 4th level cultivation countries hope that Jinxian country can advance to the 5th level cultivation country. Once other 4th level cultivation countries find out that Jinxian country has such a good seedling, they are afraid that they will be destroyed before it has grown up. Kill. Because there is one less 4th level cultivating country to advance, their country will have one more chance. Junior sister Li, please stay here for the next 3 days and teach Zhang Min with my sister so that she can adapt to this 9-turn phoenix body. Yes, senior brother. Yes, brother. Okay, it's time for us old men to leave. Let's prepare for the ceremony in 3 days. Junior brother Xiao, Huo Yunfeng is responsible for informing the major sects. Let's arrange the sects properly for the other 3 peaks. Don't let other sects see our Zion sect's jokes when they come. Quote. Yes, senior brother. The 4 people said in unison, and then leader Mu Yang led a few people out of the Xiaoyunfeng hall, and disappeared into the sky in a flash. Xiao Min, let's go back to the room with me and your master Li. We will help you adapt to this 9-turn phoenix body. Well, everything depends on Master and Master Li. Ha ha ha, what a good boy, why aren't you my Qingling Peak disciple? Sister, you can't do this. This is my only disciple from Xiaoyunfeng. If Qingling Feng wants to take it, take Wu Yang away. If he goes there, I'm afraid he will harm the female disciples of my Qingling Peak. This is a disaster. Besides, I, the Qingling Peak, don't accept male disciples. Ah, Wu Yang, who was sleeping soundly while lying on the trunk of a big tree, suddenly sneezed and woke himself up. Rubbed my nose. Who is scolding me this early in the morning? It couldn't be Xiao Zhan, that old dog who needs a beating. I've been hiding so far away and he still won't let me go. Bah. Then he jumped down from the big tree and saw that the blue light behind the main hall had disappeared. He raised his feet and walked back. It should be over, right? It's been so long, it's time for them to leave, right? Go back and take a look. Wu Yang returned to the backyard of Xiaoyunfeng Hall and saw no one there. He went to the door of Zhang Min's room and looked, but there was no one either. Strange, where have they all gone? Could it be that the junior sister failed to awaken her physique and was dragged away and buried by them? Oh, my good junior sister. Why are you so miserable? You are so jealous of beauty. Wu Yang was howling like a shrew at this moment, and suddenly a big foot kicked him 3 meters away. Why are you howling? Are you crying here? You know how early in the morning. Ah, beautiful master, why did you kick me? Then tell me why you are howling here. Don't I feel sorry for my junior sister? I'm just expressing my feelings. You feel sorry for your junior sister. What's wrong with your junior sister? You feel sorry for her. She has awakened the 9-turn phoenix body. Look at you. I'm so angry. Hurry up and roast 3 chickens and bring them to my room. Also, stop howling, or you will look good. After Mu Wanqing finished speaking, she glanced at Wu Yang fiercely, then turned around and walked back to her room, where she and Li Yanling taught Zhang Min how to adapt to his physique. Wu Yang felt aggrieved and went to catch pheasants. He lit a fire and roasted 4 fragrant chickens. He left 1 chicken and sent the 3 to the beautiful chef's room. Dong dong dong, beautiful master, it's me. Your dear eldest disciple has roasted the chicken for you. Get in. Ah, Wu Yang held 3 roasted chickens in his hand and pushed the door open and walked in. He saw 3 women sitting in front of the table, and Mu Wanqing and Li Yanling were teaching Zhang Min about martial arts. Mu Wanqing saw Wu Yang come in and took another look at the pheasant in his hand. Put it down, and then you can go out. I'll call you if I have something. Oh, okay, master, then I'll go sell the Tianxian facial mask first. I haven't set up a stall for several days. Wu Yang turned around and was about to leave after hearing what Mu Wanqing said. Wait, leave some facial masks, hurry up. Wu Yang reluctantly went back to the room and brought a large bag of Tianxian facial masks, and Mu Wanqing let him go. Wu Yang pushed the cart towards the sect square to earn spirit stones. There were only 3 women left in the room. Junior sister Mu is still the one who has a way to get so many facial masks. Your eldest disciple is not useless. At least the roasted chicken is delicious and the facial masks are not bad. He only has these 2 things to show off. The others are really not worth mentioning. Alas. Seeing her master and uncle belittling her eldest brother, Zhongmin really wanted to tell them the truth. In fact, it was the technique given by the eldest brother. She practiced for 3 days and then awakened the 9-turn phoenix body. And the eldest brother's cultivation is much stronger than hers, but he just didn't show it. But thinking of what Wu Yang said before, she couldn't tell others about the technique in her cultivation, so she held back the idea of speaking. Silently eating roasted chicken. Xiaomin, the phoenix spirit in your body has been suppressed by you. From now on, you only need to summon it with spiritual power, and it will appear. When you join the phoenix spirit in battle, your attack will be increased by more than 10 times. Also, when you practice in the future, because you have a phoenix body, your practice speed will be very fast. Well, your Uncle Li is right, but even if you have a 9-turn phoenix body, you can't be proud. You must be steady and practice harder. From now on, the glory and burden of the Purple Cloud sect will be on you, so you can't be lazy for a moment. Relax, don't learn from your senior brother. Okay, junior sister Mu, don't put so much pressure on her, or it will backfire. Well, senior sister Li is right. I have never taught a disciple before, and I will have to rely on you in the future. Teach her more, you have more experience than me in this matter. It's too formal to say these things. Zhongmin is your disciple, and also a disciple of Xian sect. There is no difference between you and me in this matter. What Li Yanling said was right. It is indeed impossible to put such a big pressure on a little girl at the beginning. You can't let her practice with pressure, otherwise it will be counterproductive. The few people chatted and ate roast chicken at the same time. Soon all the roast chicken was eaten. Okay, Xiaomin, go back. Use your spiritual power to communicate with the phoenix spirit and try to make it appear as soon as you move your spiritual power. Yes, master. Master, I'll take my leave now. Zhongmin stood up and clasped his fists, then walked out of the room and returned to his own room. When he found that Wu Yang was not there, he went back to bed and started practicing. Junior sister Mu, this kid's roast chicken is not bad. I've been fasting for many years and I ate a chicken today. Don't praise him. This is all he has left. He only knows how to sleep all day and doesn't practice. I'm afraid he hasn't even reached the first level of chi refining. Take your time. After all, he has 5 elements of mixed spiritual roots. Do you think everyone has the same luck as Zhongmin, who can awaken the ancient immortal body at any time? That's right. Let him do whatever he wants. Let's apply a facial mask. We've been busy all night. Let's hydrate our faces. Women are like this. They use your stuff and call you trash. They eat your roast chicken and apply your facial mask and still call you trash. Half a day later, Wu Yang came back with a cart. Now the sales of Tianxian facial mask in the sect have reached saturation. It took half a day to sell 50,000 spirit stones. Oh, business is hard. Oh, the road to becoming stronger is far away. Wu Yang muttered to himself as he walked. It seems that it's time to go out and develop new markets. It won't work if it goes on like this. Quote. After returning, he put the cart aside, ignored the beautiful master in the room, and started making facial masks. Wu Yang did nothing but sleep these 2 days, and only made Tianxian facial masks. In 2 days, he made more than 50,000 pieces, 1 piece of 5 spirit stones, 55,250,000. While silently calculating the accounts in his mind, he took out a storage bag to collect these wealth codes. After packing up, he took out a piece of paper and wrote there. The writing was flowing, and soon a piece of parchment was filled with words. The first few big words were particularly obvious: how to make Tianxian facial mask. After writing, he folded it carefully and put it in the chest position. Done. Make more facial masks these days, and then find an opportunity to go down the mountain and go to the city of immortal cultivators to fire the first shot. Cannon. By then, it will be popular in the entire immortal cultivation world. Humph, when there are enough spirit stones, I will let Xiaozan, the old man, know why the flowers are so red. And the head of the sect, Mu Yang, threatened me on the first day of my apprenticeship. I have it all recorded in my little notebook. Chapter 11. While Wu Yang was dreaming, Mu Wanqing led Li Yanling out of the room and came to the door of Zhang Min's room. Xiao Min, come with us to the sect's main hall. The head brother has already informed us with the sound transmission jade tablet that the heads and ancestors of the major sects are coming soon. Today is the announcement ceremony for you to become a saint of Zion sect, we can't be late. Quote. Wu Yang suddenly became interested when he heard that Zhang Min was going to become a saint, and that major sects would come to watch the ceremony. Hey, beautiful master, can I go? You can also take me to see the world. Mu Wanqing turned around and looked at Wu Yang's mean look. She was so angry and funny. If you want to go, you can go with me, but don't embarrass my little Yunfang. Today is a big event for my little Yunfang. If you disturb me, I will throw you off the cliff at the back of the mountain. Yes, I promise to follow my master's teachings. Oh, and my uncle. Wu Yang looked at Mu Wanqing and Li Yanling with a straight face and saluted them. Looking at Wu Yang, who was behaving strangely, Li Yanling also shook her head. After a while, Zhang Min opened the door and walked out. Beautiful, so beautiful. At this moment, Zhang Min was wearing the fairy dress sent by Mu Yang, and her unattainable temperament was fully displayed. Wearing a red skirt trimmed with gold, the belt around her waist is inlaid with fine Hachan jade, and a light-colored gauze jacket is draped over the red skirt. Her long black hair hangs straight down her back, and the remaining broken hair on her temples hangs naturally below her ears. She wears a golden phoenix crown on her head and a shining golden hairpin. The jade beads hanging from the hairpin swayed slowly as she walked. She has a small cherry mouth, red phoenix eyes, and a high nose with willow eyebrows. At this moment, the 9-day fairy is nothing more than this. Such beauty is like a fairy falling into the mortal world. With her snow-white smooth skin paired with this bright red dress, Wu Yang's eyes widened when he saw it, and then he quickly wiped the drool dripping from the corner of his mouth. Let's go, follow my master and your uncle to the sect's main hall. Yes, master. The three of them passed by Wu Yang. You should also go together and settle down when you get there. Oh, I know about the beautiful master. Wu Yang followed Mu Wanqing and others to the Zongmin Hall Square. Today's Zongmin Square was decorated extremely beautifully, with colorful flags hung on every pillar and a long red carpet in the middle of the square. The red carpet extended from the square into the sect's main hall, and there were hospitality tables on the square, all of which were prepared for the sect disciples who came to watch the ceremony. The sect elders and heads must have been arranged in the main hall. Mu Wanqing and Li Yanling led Zhang Min in front and walked towards the main hall. Wu Yang also has his own ideas. He is not here to watch the ceremony, he is here to earn spiritual stones. Beautiful master, I won't go in with you. I'll just stroll around in the square. It's up to you. It's okay here, don't cause trouble. Elder brother, why don't you go in together? I won't go. Today is your big day. Just remember our agreement. Yeah, I'll remember that. Wu Yang separated from the others, slipped into the crowd, found a corner and set up a stall. After a while, the heads of the major sects and their disciples came to Zion sect one after another. The deacon of Zion sect loudly announced the list of sects who came to watch the ceremony. Shengqing sect, head Lu Nanshan, brought his disciples to watch the ceremony. Tianyan sect, the sect master Tianjizi brings his disciples to watch the ceremony. The leader of the divine sword sect, Yan Shanyu, brought his disciples to watch the ceremony. Qingyu sect, leader Lin Fengjiao, brought his disciples to watch the ceremony. Oh, welcome, welcome, fellow Taoists, please, please, come in quickly. Sect leader Mu Yang is currently standing in front of the main hall, greeting all the sect leaders and elders. Except for the chief disciple, the disciples of each major sect were all arranged in the square. The square was divided into 5 major areas. The disciples of Xian sect and the other 4 sects took their seats. How could Wu Yong miss such a good sales opportunity? He was currently walking through the gathering places of female disciples from various sects. Hey, hello, beautiful senior sisters. Are you from the Shengqing sect? Yes, is this junior brother okay? Look, this is it, this is the Tianxian facial mask that has become popular in our entire Xian sect recently. Today is a big deal. Each mask only sells for 5 spiritual stones. Heavenly mask. What is a facial mask? Hey, senior sister, don't you know that this fairy mask, as long as you apply 1 piece every day, can make your skin smoother and more supple? Ah, I know, is it the refreshing mask that you put on your face? A few days ago, I went on a mission with a senior sister from the Xian sect, and she even used it on me. Yes, it seems that this senior sister knows more about it. Come on, you can introduce the effects of this mask to everyone. These 10 masks are given to you for free. Wow, is it true? Okay, then I'll talk about it. Well, Wu Yong spent 10 masks to find a spokesperson. After all, the customer's own words are more convincing than the seller's own introduction. After a while, the female disciples gathered together, and the discussion became louder and louder. They said, wow, is this good? I also want. The efficacy of the Tianxian mask quickly spread among female disciples. Wu Yong moved the stall over without saying a word. Soon the stall was completely surrounded. Don't be crowded, senior sisters, please line up. Come one by one. I came first, I want 20 slices. Me, I want 30 pieces. And me, I want 20 pieces. ... These female disciples were afraid that they wouldn't be able to grab anything, so they surrounded the stall one by one. After a while, all the female disciples in the square were attracted, and this fairy mask was passed on to 10, and passed on to 100. The female disciples from the 4 major sects who came to watch the ceremony soon all knew about it. Before the viewing ceremony even started, Wu Yong had already made a lot of money in the square. The 3 storage bags he brought today and a total of 100,000 facial masks were sold out. Some female disciples who didn't buy it are protesting in a twittering manner. We want it too. Yes, we want it too. Senior sisters who haven't bought it, don't be discouraged. I will sell the Tianxian facial mask in major chambers of commerce in the future. We want it now, go and make it. Dear and beautiful senior sisters, this fairy mask uses 81 kinds of spiritual herbs. After 49 days of refining and 9 days of production, it can have such effects. I, Wu Yong, do business with integrity, and I do everything to bring you better products. Please bear with me, beautiful senior sisters. Quote. Seeing how popular the scene was, Wu Yong quickly started cheating mode. After all, it was too late to start production now. It took him 3 days to make 100,000 pieces, and they were sold out in less than half a day. Previously, he could only sell 100,000 pieces in a month. While he was ecstatic, he also wanted to whet the appetites of the female disciples from all the major sects. Hunger marketing was clearly played by him. Why is there so much noise in the square? A law enforcement elder from Xian sect walked out of the hall and shouted loudly. It's gone, everyone is gone. I will try to make the fairy mask popular in all major sects and immortal cities as soon as possible. When Wu Yong heard the voice of the law enforcement elder, he quickly packed up his stall and prepared to retreat. As Wu Yong slipped away, the female disciples from each major sect also dispersed and returned to their respective areas. At this time, in the sect hall, Mu Yong was sitting on the main seat in the middle. The heads and elders of the major sects were sitting in the row on the left. The major peak masters of the Xian sect were sitting in the row on the right. Their disciples were standing behind. Head Mu Yong, who was sitting in the main seat, had a smile on his face. Fellow Taoists, you are not far away. I, the Xian sect, hope you will forgive me for not treating you well. Ha ha ha. Congratulations to fellow Taoist Mu, congratulations to Xian sect. Congratulations to fellow Taoist Mu. Congratulations to Xian sect. Fellow Taoist Mu, I wonder which disciple has awakened the ancient immortal body. Can we get to know him first? Yes, yes, Master Lu is right. Ha ha ha, our divine sword sect also wants to see the legendary ancient immortal body. We, the Qingyu sect, have heard that the person who awakened the ancient immortal body is a female disciple. All of our Qingyu sect are female disciples. Let us wait and see what kind of woman she is and how lucky she is. Ha 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 ha, fellow Taoists, please be patient. Zhang Min, come to me. Head Mu Yang waved to Zhang Min, who was standing behind Mu Wanqing. Zhang Min looked at Mu Wanqing, who nodded, and then Zhang Min walked towards Mu Yang's head position. The chief male disciples of all the major sects looked straight at this moment. Zhang Min's slender figure, uneven lines, delicate face, a gorgeous red dress and a phoenix crown, made him look eclipsed by the nine heavens fairy. Beautiful, so beautiful. We don't know what the major male disciples are thinking in their hearts right now. Disciple pays homage to the master. Zhang Min came to Mu Yang and bowed. Ha ha ha, it's okay, no need for gifts, no gifts, let all the heads and elders see your 9-turn phoenix body. Yes, master. Zhang Min turned around, opened his hands, and used the spiritual power in his body to communicate with the true spirit of the phoenix. Ah! A crisp phoenix cry spread in the hall, and a golden phoenix shadow slowly flew out of Zhang Min's body. Appearing above its head with its wings spread, the golden phoenix exudes white flames. As soon as the true spirit of the phoenix appeared, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth in the hall suddenly became slightly violent. Ha ha ha, good, it is indeed an ancient immortal body. There is hope for us to advance to the Xi'an kingdom. Yes, yes, Master Lu is right. With this ancient immortal body in Jingxian country, we will definitely achieve the realm of divine transformation in the future. Fellow Taoists, please don't get too happy too soon. Let's discuss how to ensure that she can cultivate safely to the nascent soul stage. Headmaster Yan is right. It's too early for us to be happy now. After all, the other 4th level cultivation countries will not let us enter the Xi'an kingdom to have a being who can advance to become a god, so we still have to fight for her. Protect the way. Tianjizi, the sect leader of Tianyan sect, is the oldest sect leader among them. At this time, everyone agreed with his words. Fellow Taoists, we will discuss this matter later. Today is the big day for my Zion sect to confer a saintly daughter. Let's carry out the ceremony first. Okay, ha ha ha, I listened to fellow Taoist Mu today. I also have a gift from the Qing sect. My divine sword sect has nothing else but swords, ha ha ha. I hope fellow Taoist Mu won't dislike it. The 4 major sects took out gifts one after another, and Mu Yang smiled and said, "You're welcome, my fellow Taoists have already made me, Zion sect, proud." After everyone was polite again, the ceremony officially began. A deacon and elder walked into the middle. Today, I, Zhang Min, a disciple of the Zion sect, who has outstanding talents and upright conduct, and has awakened the 9-turn phoenix body of the ancient immortal body, specially report to the ancestors of the Zion sect and confer Zhang Min as the saint girl of my Zion sect. From now on, in addition to the major peak masters and heads, all the deacons, elders and disciples of Zion sect will respectfully address her as Holy Girl upon seeing her. Do not call him by his name, otherwise you will be expelled from the sect. Quote. As the voice of the deacon elder spread to every corner of Zion sect, some disciples were shocked. Saintess. Her status is actually higher than that of the chief disciple. Except for the peak masters, everyone in the sect respects her and addresses her as a saint. What an honor this is. In the future, I am afraid that with my status as a saint, I will be followed by super bodyguards wherever I go. The so-called protector must be 1 to 2 nascent soul stage monks. Zhang Min, from today on, you will be the saint of Zion sect. From now on, you will move to Zion Peak. How about that? Excuse me, tell me, the leader, can I go back to live in Shaoyun Peak? My master and senior brother are both there. Zhang Min really didn't want to be separated from his master. The key was the roast chicken of the senior brother. At this time, Li Yanling saw Zhang Min's thoughts and came out to smooth things over. Oh, senior brother, this girl can live wherever she wants. From now on, we can just take turns letting her come to our residence to teach us. Besides, your Zion Peak has all male disciples, so if you want to come to my Qingling Peak, where I have all female disciples. Quote. Oh, I didn't consider this. If that's the case, then you should live in Shaoyun Peak. Okay, the ceremony is over, all of you disciples go out to the square. We, the heads and elders, still have important matters to discuss. You all should go out and communicate more and get to know each other. From now on, when we enter the world of cultivation in Xi'an country, we will still have to leave it to you." Quote. Everyone clasped their fists together. Yes, disciple resigns. The top disciples from all the major sects clasped their fists and resigned. Zhang, hello, Holy Lady, I am Huiyanfeng's senior brother Lu Tianya. If you have anything to do in the future, just come to Huiyanfeng to find me, or just send me a message. I will be there immediately. Oh, hello, senior brother Lu. Junior sister Zhang is really like a goddess descending to earth, making me never forget her. I am Nangong Ling, the eldest disciple of Shengqing sect, please give me your advice in the future. Junior sister Zhang, I am Ku Kaishan, the great disciple of Shenjian sect. I hope you can give me some advice. He, junior sister Zhang is really popular. Sister, I am Mirong Shui, the senior sister of Qingyu sect. If these stinky men dare to bully you in the future, you can come to me and I will help you beat them up. Thank you, senior sister Mirong. The top disciples from various sects came to get close to each other one after another. Nangong Ling from Shengqing sect and Lu Tianya from Huiyan Peak were particularly enthusiastic. Their eyes almost fell out. Everyone hugged Zhang Min and walked out of the hall. At this time, Wu Yang was shuttled among the crowd, came to the corner and found a place to sit down, and was happily drinking the fairy wine. Holding a wine glass in his hand and singing a ditty, he just sold 100,000 facial masks. Not to mention how happy he is now. Now he only thinks about how to leave the sect and find cooperation with those chambers of commerce. Junior sister Zhang, I'll go back to the sect's location first, and I'll come look for you later. Nangong Ling clasped her fists slightly, looking particularly gentlemanly. Several female disciples of Qingyu sect also clasped their fists and resigned, and the major disciples of Tianyan sect and Divine Sword sect also clasped their fists and returned to where their own disciples were. Holy girl, let's go back to my position in Xian sect. Lu Tianya said to Zhang Min with a flattering look. I thought to myself, what's the use of your being more attentive? I'm close to the water, I have to get the moon first, we are from the same sect. Okay, please excuse me, senior brother Lu. The saint is too kind, please come this way. Lu Tianya led the way, and the disciples from the major peaks also followed behind, heading towards the location of Xian sect together. Zhang Min looked around as he walked, as if he was looking for something. Just when he was about to reach the area where the Xian sect disciples were, he suddenly found a man sitting in the corner singing a ditty and drinking wine. Brothers and sisters, Zhang Min has resigned first, you can do whatever you want. Zhang Min dropped these words and ran away, towards the person in the corner. Lu Tianya looked at Zhang Min who was running away. He just wanted to invite the saint to sit at the same table, but now the saint ran away before he even opened his mouth. Lu Tianya looked at the direction in which Zhang Min was running. After a while, Zhang Min came to the side of a carefree man and sat down with a plop. Lu Tianya hated it so much that his teeth itched. He had decided that Zhang Min was his and no one could take it away. If he dared to be so close to Zhang Min, this person was already on his must-kill list. Big brother, I'm here. Zhang Min sat down with a plop. Why are you yelling? You haven't exposed anything, right? No, I have already taken care of it. There are no traces left. Neither the master nor the master noticed anything unusual. That's good. Now that you are a saint, can you walk sideways in Xian sect from now on? Oh, it seems like this. Except for the master and the major peak masters, everyone else has to call me a saint when they see me. How majestic. You are so powerful, do you think I should call you a saint when I see you from now on? Ah, senior brother, you are annoying. I am talking about them, not you. You will always be my senior brother. Zhang Min slapped Wu Yang on the shoulder and said coquettishly. Not far away, Lu Tianya looked at the two of them as if they were flirting, not to mention how uncomfortable he felt. At this time, he clenched his fists and stared at Wu Yang fiercely. If looks could kill, Wu Yang would probably be dead. Elder brother, come and sit down. Lu Yangfeng came to Lu Tianya and asked him to sit down. Lu Tianya sat down with Lu Yangfeng. A pair of fists hit the table. Who is that person? The one sitting with the saint. Lu Yangfeng followed Lu Tianya's gaze and suddenly realized, isn't this Wu Yang, that good for nothing? Why is the saint sitting with him? Oh, the saint is from Xiaoyunfeng. This is no wonder. Cousin, I recognize him. His name is Wu Yang. He is the senior brother of Xiaoyun Peak. He is a waste with 5 elements and mixed spiritual roots. He opportunistically joined Zion Peak. It was him last time. We were robbing him and that's why we were attacked. I suspect he asked someone to do it on purpose. The person even took off our clothes. It's this waste, and everything started because of this waste. Quote. Okay. If a loser dares to steal a woman from me, go back and ask someone to follow him carefully. If you find an opportunity, kill him directly. Yes, brother, if we find a chance, we will make his life worse than death. You have people beat us up, and you dare to touch the woman you like. From now on, call me senior brother in crowded places. How many times have I told you, ah? Yes, senior brother. Looking at Wu Yang and Zhang Min, they were chatting happily. Zhang Min also seemed very happy when he heard that Wu Yang had sold 100,000 facial masks. Junior sister, from now on you will use your identity as a saint to be my spokesperson, and I will give you 1,000 low-grade spiritual stones every month from now on. How about that? Good guy, he earns hundreds of thousands of low-grade spiritual stones a month, so he gives Zhang Min 1,000 yuan, and Zhang Min keeps nodding his head stupidly. Ah, isn't $1,000 too much? I don't usually have much use for spiritual stones. Oh, you are indeed my good junior sister, ha ha ha, then it's free and voluntary help. How about it? Yes, listen to senior brother. Wu Yang is so happy. With the free saint as spokesperson, Zion sect sales will be guaranteed in the future. Wu Yang seemed to see bling spirit stones coming towards him. Just when the two were chatting happily, Nangong Ling came. Junior sister Zhang, I wonder who this is. Holding the wine glass, Nangong Ling, who looked very gentlemanly, said with a smile. But his eyes were staring at Wu Yang. This is my senior brother Wu Yang, senior brother, and this is senior disciple Nangong Ling of the Shengqing sect. It turns out that he is Xiaoyunfeng's senior brother. I have admired him for a long time. I wonder if there will be a chance to learn from each other in the future. I am Nangong Ling. It turns out it's Nangong. You asked me to spar as soon as you came up. How long have you been practicing? What realm? I am not talented. I have been practicing for more than 40 years and am only in the early stage of the golden elixir. Thanks for your words. You have been practicing for 40 years and I have only started for half a year. You want to compete with me? Why don't you just say that you want to beat me to death? PFF'd. When the disciples on the side heard Wu Yang's words, wine spurted out of his mouth. Nangong Ling was indeed a bit bullying. No wonder, when he saw Zhang Min talking and laughing with a strange man, he also very angry. For a moment, he was speechless. After listening to Wu Yang's words, he suddenly felt that his purpose was too strong. Junior brother Wu misunderstood. I mean we will discuss each other after you catch up. After all, the one who can become senior brother is not a talented person. Junior sister Zhang can only be a junior sister with such incredible talent. It seems that junior brother Wu has even higher talent. Quote. Nangong Ling clasped her fist slightly apologetic. At this time, a male disciple next to him stood up. Senior brother Nangong, I heard that Xiao Yunfeng's senior brother Wu Yang has 5 elements mixed spiritual roots. He is a complete waste, ha 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 ha. Oh, there are things like this, oh, no wonder, just now I wanted to ask junior brother Wu to spar, but he was in Meng Lang, ha 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 ha. As the disciple started taunting, a group of people nearby burst into laughter. A good for nothing can become a senior brother, these people did not hide their ridicule. Do you think this waste has broken through the first level of chi refining? Ha ha ha. I think the energy has not been introduced into the body yet. Have you felt the spiritual energy of heaven and earth? Ha ha ha. Hey, why are you two talking about senior brother Wu like that? He is a senior brother, how come he can't even feel the spiritual energy of heaven and earth? Ha 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 ha. A group of people are laughing at Wu Yang. Zhang Min was gritting his teeth angrily and was about to stand up to refute when Wu Yang suddenly grabbed him by the hand. Sit down. A group of dogs are barking. Do you want to bark too? What's the difference between you and the dogs? Wu Yang held Jiang Min's hand nonchalantly and asked her to sit down. Jiang Min sat down again angrily. Trash, who do you think is a dog? The male disciple on the side pointed at Wu Yang and spoke angrily. I'll tell whoever is right. Why do you have to take action on such an important day? If you have the guts, come and fight here. You punch me down and I'll lie down. I won't get up unless you pay 180,000 spiritual stones. Quote. You, okay, what nonsense are you talking to a loser? Let's break up. Let's break up. When you meet him one day, you guys will talk about today's events. You loser, don't go out and let us meet you. I hope you'll be as tough talking as you were today next time. Let's go. Everyone dispersed and left. Nangong Ling stood up straight and bowed slightly to Jiang Min. Junior sister Jiang, I'll take my leave now. I'll have a drink with you later when I have the chance. After saying that, he turned around and left. At this time, Wu Yang saw that Jiang Min was not in the mood and immediately pulled her up. Let's go back to Xiaoyunfang. Senior brother will give you roast chicken to eat. There are too many people here and the dogs are barking too much. It's too noisy. Well, listen to senior brother. Wu Yang held Jiang Min's hand and walked on the square. All the male disciples looked at Wu Yang in surprise. Who is this, dare to hold the hand of the saint? The saint doesn't seem to resist. All the male disciples are itching with hatred. Now Wu Yang has really become a public enemy. These male disciples were all staring at him with cannibalistic eyes, and some of them recognized him with sharp eyes. Isn't that the good-for-nothing senior brother of Xiaoyunfang? The good-for-nothing with 5 elements and mixed spiritual roots. Boom. As soon as these words came out, there was an even greater commotion. A waist with 5 elements and mixed spiritual roots was holding the hand of the saint. This was a great insult to them. This waist was actually stronger than them. Why? Each of the male disciples became even more angry at this time. When passing Lu Tianya's position, Lu Tianya stood up. Holy girl, could you please sit down with us and drink a glass of fairy wine? No need, I'm going back with my senior brother. Oh, this is senior brother Xiaoyunfang, a waist with 5 elements and mixed spiritual roots, Wu Yang. Lu Tianya glanced at Wu Yang contemptuously. Jiang Min became even more angry when he heard this sentence and was about to speak. Junior sister, don't be angry. Senior brother Lu Tianya is right. I am the 5 elements spiritual root. It doesn't matter. Ha ha ha, go back with senior brother. Senior brother will play games with you. Wu Yang took Jiang Min and left, leaving Lu Tianya standing there in a daze, so angry that he was ignored by a waist with 5 elements and mixed spiritual roots. What was even more annoying was that he was still holding the hand of the saint. Bang! Lu Tianya sat down and punched the table, causing the wine glass to fall to the floor. Ah, trash, I want you to die. Elder brother, calm down, leave this matter to the 3 of us. Yes, senior brother, the 3 of us will definitely make sure that he dies without a burial place. Senior brother, don't be angry. He won't live long. We are not the only ones who were angered by him today. Even if we don't take action, others will definitely take action. On the side, Lu Yangfang, Zhou Zheng and Li Peng, the 3 losers, patted their chests and promised to kill Wu Yang. Wu Yang didn't bother to pay attention to these people, so he took Jiang Min back to Xiaoyunfang's yard, set up a fire and started roasting chicken. Senior brother, I'm going to go back and change some clothes. These clothes are too tight and a little uncomfortable. Hey, don't change it, that's it, I like to see it. It's good like this. Hearing Wu Yang's joke, Jiang Min's face suddenly turned red. I immediately sat still and watched Wu Yang roast chicken. At this time, a group of heads and elders were having a meeting in the sect's main hall. Fellow Taoists, our 5 sects can be said to be the strongest sects in Jingxian Kingdom, and now our Xian sect has given birth to an ancient immortal body. It has given us hope of advancing to the 5th level cultivation country, so today I invite you all to come here to discuss how our sects can keep this fairy seedling growing smoothly. Quote, fellow Taoist Mu, our divine sword sect doesn't have so many twists and turns, but whenever your Xian sect needs it, we will use our entire sect's strength to help you. Everything is focused on the safety of the ancient immortal body. As long as that girl Jiang Min successfully transforms into a god, then when we enter the Xi'an kingdom, including old men like us, we will also have a chance to transform into a god. Quote. Ha ha ha, fellow Taoist Yan is still so straightforward, I like it. Fellow Taoist Mu, I am the oldest old man, and the Tianyan sect has a suitable heir. When I go back and hand over the position of the sect leader, I will come back to protect this girl. Quote. I go to the Qing sect. I am Qingyu sect. It's just like the Divine Sword sect, but with instructions, we all help the sect, and everything is focused on the stable growth of the ancient immortal body. Quote. Thank you all fellow Taoists, this is no longer a matter for our Zion sect, this matter is related to our path to transforming into gods. We were born in a 4th level cultivation country, and there is a suppression of the realm of the 4th level cultivation country by the way of heaven in our bodies. Only if someone in our country successfully breaks through this realm suppression can we hope to become gods. Quote. Fellow Taoist Mu, everyone knows about this. From now on, our 5 sects will form an alliance. Let's work together to protect the ancient immortal body. Well, then this matter has been decided. My old man will go back and hand over the position of the sect leader first. From now on, I will live in Zion sect permanently, fellow Taoist Mu. Tianyan sect master Tianjizi stood up, clasped his fists, and left first. Fellow Taoist Mu, we have gone back too. From now on, we will deliver the training resources for the ancient immortal body on time. If any nascent soul stage monks from neighboring countries come to assassinate you, just inform us. Fellow Taoists, take care, our Zion sect will protect the ancient immortal body even to the death. Farewell, farewell, farewell. Several sect leaders stood up and clasped their fists. After everyone discussed the result, several sects also went back one after another. The peak masters were also excited from the bottom of their hearts, because they saw the opportunity to transform into gods. If a 4th level cultivation country wants to advance to a 5th level cultivation country, it needs its own monks to break the shackles of heaven and earth and advance to the state of God transformation. This is one of the conditions. Because of the suppression of heavenly Tao, the highest cultivation level in the 4th level cultivation country can only be the great perfection of the late nascent soul. Therefore, the probability of the appearance of a God-transforming monk in the 4th level cultivation country is greatly reduced. Only when someone from the 4th level cultivating country successfully breaks this layer of oppression and advances to become a god, will the monks in this country break through one after another. This is why as soon as the ancient immortal body appears, several major sects will immediately unite. Because they want to ensure that the ancient immortal body is not destroyed by other level 4 cultivation countries. Okay, junior brothers and sisters, let's disperse. From now on, the 7 of us will take turns teaching Zhongmin, and we will also take turns protecting her. Yes, senior brother. Let's take our leave now, senior brother. Just when a group of heads in the sect hall were discussing how to protect Zhongmin, Zhongmin was eating the chicken Wu Yang roasted for her. It's delicious, it's so delicious, senior brother. Well, it's really big. Huh, what's so big? Ah, senior brother, you are a gangster. Wu Yang was looking at Zhongmin's chest, fascinated. Zhongmin followed his gaze and it happened to fall on her own chest. Ah, junior sister, don't get me wrong. I mean the moon, yes, the moon is so big. You are a liar. Where did the moon come from in broad daylight? You are obviously a gangster. Oh, okay, don't you just take a look. It's so cute, don't let anyone see it, so cut it off. Okay, you go ahead and eat. I'm going back to the room. Remember to clean up after yourself. Oh, Wu Yang took the opportunity to get angry deliberately to cover up his embarrassment, got up and ran back to the room. Bang, the door immediately closed and locked. Then he came to the bed and started counting spiritual stones. Nothing is as important as improving your cultivation. Those barking dogs today, wait until I meet you alone next time, and let you know what real trash is. Wu Yang threatened the air while taking out the storage bag containing the spirit stones. 30, 50, plus the more than 100,000 and more than 600,000 low-grade spiritual stones from last time, enough is enough. I'm here for the golden elixir period. He, Nangong Ling, don't you want to compare notes? Next time I hit you, your mother won't even recognize you. And Lu Tianya, don't think that I don't know what your plans are. Quote. System. Hey, wake up, the god of wealth is here to recharge. Ding. It is detected that the host needs to recharge. Please enter the recharge amount. 600,000. I charge 600,000. Ding. It was detected that the host successfully recharged 600,000 low-grade spiritual stones and gained 6,000 points. I want to form a pill. Ding. It has been detected that the host needs to be promoted to the pill-forming stage. Breaking through the Great Realm requires spending 5,000 points. Do you need to break through now? Breakthrough means money. I have it. Ding. After deducting 5,000 points, the host successfully breaks through to the Golden Core stage. The next time he breaks through to the Big Realm, he will need to spend 50,000 points. Breaking through the Nascent Soul requires 50,000 points. You're really cheating. Ding. Don't insult this system, give me a warning. Okay, you can do it. I admit defeat, and the remaining 1,000 can be used to improve my cultivation. Ding. 1,000 points are consumed, and the host's realm is upgraded to the early stage of pill formation. The current points are 1,900 points. That's right, I still had 1,900 points left last time, and I'm spending another 1,000 points to improve my cultivation. Ding. After consuming 1,000 points, the host is promoted to the peak of the early stage of pill formation, with 900 points remaining. 900 is 900. Now I can be considered a strong man. System, pull out the panel to see my overall strength. Ding. Host Wu Yang. Spiritual root, celestial spiritual root. Cultivation. Peak of early stage of pill formation. Kung Fu. Te Shengdao Yiju. Combat skills. Fireball, heaven shaking seal, heaven shattering fist. Overall strength is better than average. Hey, what does it mean to be more average than average? It's average even after the golden elixir stage. Ding. Qinggang domain is vast, and there are countless great monks. The golden core stage can only be regarded as more than average. Okay, I accept your statement. Anyway, I am no longer a weakling. It's no problem to beat up a few people now. Ha ha ha. Nangong Ling, Lu Tianya, you wait for me. Wu Yang exited the system, sat on the bed and laughed miserably. After a while, Mu Wanqing came back. When Wu Yang heard that Mu Wanqing was talking to Zhang Min, he immediately stood up, opened the door and walked out. Beautiful master, when did you come back? What's the matter with you? Have you made a breakthrough in cultivation? Let me check. No, this disciple is only at the 3rd level of chi refining, there is no need. But junior sister, please be more considerate. Then what's the matter with you whining? The beautiful master is like this. I want to go to the sect. I'll go home and have a look. I'm homesick, woo. Wu Yangqin couldn't shed any tears, leaving Mu Wanqing and Zhang Min stunned. Take my token and get out of here. I'm annoyed when I see you. You don't do anything serious day by day, and you just sleep when you don't practice. Thank you, beautiful master. Junior sister, wait for me to come back and bring you delicious food. By the way, this is a pack of facial mask. You and the master can keep it for use. This one is more effective than what I sell outside. When Mu Wanqing heard that it was better than the ones outside, she immediately grabbed it. Get out of here quickly. Next time there is a mask like this, bring it to me first. Wu Yang disappeared in a flash, fearing that Mu Wanqing would regret it and take back the token. Master, senior brother gave this to the two of us. Here, little girl, use these. I snatched them from you last time. Ahem, this brat gave them to me last time. You are still young and don't need to use such good things. These are all for you. As she spoke, Mu Wanqing gave Zhang Min half of the facial masks she and Li Yanling grabbed last time, and returned to the room with a large pack of fairy masks. Zhang Min was left alone in the yard, messy in the wind. There is no way, who calls me a master? Anyway, these are all done by the senior brother. Zhang Min felt relieved after thinking this, and entered the room holding the facial masks given by Mu Wanqing. As soon as Wu Yang got the token, he rushed to the gate of Xian sect without stopping. Senior brother, I need to go down the mountain to do something. This is my master's token. The disciple on duty took the token, and when he saw the word, Mu, on it, he immediately spoke respectfully. It turns out to be Xiaoyunfeng's senior brother. Please forgive me for my blindness, but I will open the barrier for senior brother now. The disciple on duty respectfully returned the token to Wu Yong, then took out his own token and pressed it on the sect barrier. Buzz, the formation buzzed, and the barrier opened to create an exit. Wu Yong strode out of the barrier and walked down the mountain. At this time, Lu Yangfeng, who was following Wu Yong not far from the mountain gate, hurriedly turned around and ran back. He wanted to report to Lu Tianya that Wu Yong, a loser, went down the mountain alone. As soon as Wu Yong came out of the mountain gate, he felt extremely happy, as if he was getting closer to the spirit stone with every step he took. He wants to discuss business, make a fortune, become strong, and when he becomes strong, he will harm the little sister. When he thought of this, Wu Yong whistled and jumped all the way and disappeared at the end of the road. Wu Yong came to the mountains and forests and kept looking for the spiritual herbs for making facial masks. After searching, he found a cave and stayed there for 5 days. In the past 5 days, he worked day and night to make a total of 200,000 facial masks. These 200,000 facial masks were his first step in making money. He already had a detailed plan in mind. After finally coming out once, he would not go back so easily. With 3 storage bags filled with fairy masks in my arms, I walked out of the mountains and forests and onto the road. 1 day later, Longbo City, the largest city for cultivating immortals under the jurisdiction of Xian sect, had hundreds of thousands of casual cultivators in the city, as well as disciples from various major sects who were out on missions. There are at least hundreds of thousands of immortal cultivators in Longbo City, which is the largest immortal cultivator city in the surrounding area. Wu Yong stood outside the city gate and looked up at the 3 big characters on your city wall, Longbo City. That's it. As long as we can open up the market here, there will be an endless supply of spiritual stones. Wu Yong walked towards the city gate. Stop. Anyone who enters the city must pay 20 low-grade spiritual stones. Take it, sprinkle it with water. Wu Yong threw out 20 spirit stones indifferently. Compared with the spirit stones he would earn next, these $20 were nothing. The low-level monks guarding the city gate also looked confused when they saw the spirit stones thrown over at random. Did you hand it over so readily? Others would argue first, and then angrily take out the spirit stone. How could this person be so casual? Looking at Wu Yong's retreating figure, the city guarding monk scratched his head. Wu Yong entered the city gate and went directly to the most prosperous area. Wanlong Trading Company. This is the biggest one when you walk around. Go in and take a look. After walking around, I found that this trading house was the largest, so Wu Yong decided to go in and take a look first. Hey, sir, welcome to Wanlong Trading Company. How can I help you? Do you sell everything? Pills, magic weapons, martial arts and combat skills, etc. Yes, we have everything you mentioned. I wonder what this young master wants to buy. Does your Bandung Commercial Bank have other branches, or is it just this one? Our Wanlong Trading Company has branches in several immortal cultivator cities, and it is the largest in this area. Okay, it's okay, I'll just take a look. Don't buy it. Why are you asking if you don't buy it? Poor guy. What the hell? Dogs look down on people. If you don't buy it, go away, don't hinder our business. Okay, I hope you can keep this face forever. After Wu Yong finished speaking, he walked out of the door and set up a stall on the side. The 200,000 pieces of fairy facial masks he made a few days ago came in handy at this time. Take a look, the Tianxian facial mask that is popular throughout the Xian sect. Does anyone know the product? Hey, this fairy sister, yes, it's you, come here. What's the matter? This junior brother, how can a woman refuse to be called a fairy? Wu Yong successfully deceived his first customer. Have you heard of this fairy mask? The female disciple shook her head and said she had never heard of it. In this way, let me introduce to you. Just apply 1 piece of my fairy mask on your face a day and it will keep you looking younger and younger. I also added natural antioxidant spiritual grass, which not only prevents wrinkles, but even if you have taken the beauty pill, applying this mask will make your skin more hydrated. My heavenly facial mask uses 99 and 81 kinds of spiritual herbs. After 49 days of refining, and finally another 72 days of boiling, I can produce such a heavenly facial mask. The used all agreed. Wu Yong said this to the female disciple, who was stunned for a while, but the female disciple still looked dubious. But at this time, the crowd gathered more and more, and then a female disciple wearing sect clothes squeezed in. Celestial facial mask. Is it the celestial facial mask sold in Zion sect? Yes, yes, come here, come on, it seems you have used it. Senior brother, I want 20 pieces. This is 100 spiritual stones. Stop, wait a minute, I can give you this mask without charging you the spirit stones. You just need to introduce this fairy mask to all the beautiful senior sisters present. I will give you these 20 pieces. How about my facial mask? Anyone is using it. Quote. The female disciple who squeezed in suddenly jumped up happily when she heard that she could get it for free, and then she pulled a group of young ladies next to her and started talking non-stop. This facial mask is so popular in the Zion sect. The sisters of their sect bought it and used it, and their skin became hydrated. Even their elders in the nascent soul stage are using it. After this young lady's output, the scene suddenly became heated. At this time, the entrance of Wanlong Commercial Bank was surrounded by water. Wu Yong used 20 facial masks to open up the situation. To say that this method is still effective, he tried hard to sell it for a long time, but he didn't sell even one mask. Taking advantage of customers' experiences and feelings after using it, as well as the celebrity effect, all the Yuanying elders of the sect are using it. How lethal is this? It's my turn, I want 30 pieces. Hey, don't be too crowded. I was first in line. I want 20 slices. This scene was so crowded, Wu Yong was so happy that he couldn't open his mouth from ear to ear. They're all there, don't crowd, come one by one. Here are your 20 slices, the next one is the next one. A quarter of an hour later, listening to the noise outside, the shopkeeper of Wanlong Trading Company also walked out. He was a fat middle-aged man. The shopkeeper walked out of the door. Seeing Wu Yong being surrounded by a group of female cultivators, and seeing the fairy mask in Wu Yong's hand, a group of girls were frantically buying it. As the shopkeeper of a trading company, he immediately saw the business opportunity and rushed directly to Xiaoyang. Hey, fellow Taoist, don't sell it, stop it. Who are you? You are here to prevent me from making money. Don't you know that blocking someone's way of making money is like killing your parents? That's not what I mean. Fellow Taoist, you have misunderstood. I have a business deal that I want to discuss with you. Don't sell it yet, let's talk for a while. Who am I talking about you? Hey, don't grab it. We already have it. Didn't you see that I was busy? I have something to say. Who are you? I am the shopkeeper of this Wanlong Trading Company, and I want to do business with fellow Taoist. As soon as he heard that he was the shopkeeper of Wanlong Trading Company, Wu Yong immediately knew that the big fish had taken the bait. Shout to the crowd, it's sold out. It's sold out today. Come early tomorrow. Fairies, come back tomorrow. I haven't bought it yet. I'm already in line, so I can't buy it now. As soon as Wu Yong closed the stall, there were still a lot of female cultivators queuing up, but his purpose was not to buy these facial masks. He wanted to lure the shopkeeper out. Once his purpose was achieved, he would naturally close the stall. Come on, fellow Taoist, come in with me and let's talk inside. Okay, lead the way. Wu Yong followed the shopkeeper into Wanlong Commercial Bank. As soon as he entered the lobby, the waiter just now ran over in a hurry. Senior, this is a spiritual fruit unique to this shop. Would you like one to quench your thirst? I'm not used to you being like this. I still like the way you acted unruly just now. When the waiter heard this, he immediately turned into a mean person. Well, yes, that's it, keep it up. I'm optimistic about you. Wu Yong followed the shopkeeper into the inner hall and came to a room. Fellow Taoist, please sit down. I'm going to make tea. Just a moment. Wu Yong sat in the room and looked around. After a while, the shopkeeper walked in with a pot of tea. You still don't know what to call this, fellow Taoist. I am Zhang Qinghai, the shopkeeper of Wanlong Commercial Bank. Zhang Qinghai poured Wu Yong a cup of tea and sat across from him with a smile on his face. I am senior brother Xiaoyanfang of Zion sect, Wu Yong. The saint of Zion sect is my junior sister, and the headmaster and elders of the sect have a very good relationship with me. Quote. Wu Yong directly enlarged his tactics and moved out the Zion sect in a group of sect bosses, so that the fat man would not dare to bargain randomly, but his move really suppressed Zhang Qinghai. Oh, It turns out he is a disciple of the Zion sect. Sorry, I am so disrespectful. It is because of our attachment to the Zion sect that our Wanlong trading company can become so big. Which expert in the sect did the Tianxian facial mask that Brother Wu just sold come from? I wonder if you can recommend it to me. Quote, this heavenly immortal mask was developed by me myself. It has become popular throughout the Zion sect. Why is shopkeeper Zhang asking about this? This guy keeps pretending just to let Zhang Qinghai speak first and take the initiative in negotiating the price. It turns out that senior brother Wu developed it himself, so that's easy to handle. That's it. I want to be the sole seller of this facial mask of yours. I wonder if I can discuss this matter in detail. Our Bandung Trading Company will definitely offer a price that satisfies you, Brother Wu. From now on, all branches of our Bandung Trading Company will sell this fairy mask. Quote, can you handle this? Are you sure you don't need the owner of your Bandung Trading Company to come over and talk to me? Wu Yang was also hesitant at this time. After all, how could a shopkeeper be the boss of his house? He didn't want to hand over the mask in a daze. Of course, I am not talented. Wanlong Trading Company is the property of my Zhang family, and the head of the Zhang family is my brother Zhang Qingshan. Now the Wanlong Commercial Bank family has been handed over to me, and the family only sends people to check the accounts every year. Quote, oh, I didn't expect that shopkeeper Zhang has such an identity. It's not impossible for you to sell this fairy mask, but... Nothing, Senior Brother Wu, you are telling me that as long as your conditions are not excessive, I will definitely agree to your request. When Wu Yang saw this, wouldn't he take the bait? I'm afraid of trouble, and I can't bear to deliver goods to you every now and then. As for me, I can give you the recipe for the fairy mask. Make it yourself and sell it. Quote, after Wu Yang finished speaking, he took out the parchment he wrote on last time from his chest and gently pressed it on the table with his hand. When Zhang Qinghai saw the secret recipe, his eyes widened. These were spiritual stones, lots and lots of spiritual stones. Senior Brother Wu, if you give the formula to our Bandung Trading Company, we are willing to buy it at a high price, 2 million spiritual stones, for the formula in your hand. You're thinking shit, even if you give me 2 million spiritual stones, I won't sell you even 20 million. In this way, the formula can be given to you. I want you to pay 2 million low-grade spiritual stones and 70% of the profit, and the remaining 30% of the profit will be given to your Wanlong Trading Company. How? Quote, this, Senior Brother Wu, isn't 30% profit too little? We also need to promote it, as well as store attendants and a lot of expenses. 50%, I, Bandung Trading Company, will give you 2 million low-grade spiritual stones, plus 50% of the profit. How about paying dividends once a month? Quote, 2 million low-grade spiritual stones plus 60% profit, it works. If it doesn't work, I'll find the next one. I'll leave you with 40% of the profit. As you saw, I sold 50,000 pieces in just a quarter of an hour. The cost of this facial mask is extremely low. I sell one piece of facial mask for 5 spiritual stones, so 50,000 pieces is equivalent to 250,000 spiritual stones. Do you know how much it costs me to make these 50,000 pieces of facial masks? The cost of 1,000 low-grade spiritual stones means that I earned 249,000 low-grade spiritual stones in a quarter of an hour. I'll give you 40% of the profit, and you're still not satisfied. Quote, Wu Yang directly settled the account with Zhang Qinghai. The cost was so low, it was definitely a huge profit. Even if he sells 1 million low-grade spiritual stones a month, after deducting the cost, his Wanlong Trading Company can still make a net profit of almost 400,000 low-grade spiritual stones. When he thought of this, Zhang Qinghai slapped his thigh. Okay, according to what Senior Brother Wu said, I, Wanlong Trading Company, will give you 2 million low-grade spiritual stones, plus 60% of the profit. But this fairy mask can only be sold by my Bandung Trading Company. Senior Brother Wu can no longer hand over agency rights to others. How? Quote, I guarantee that in the territory of your Bandung Trading Company, you are the only one who sells my fairy facial mask. But if you, the Zhang family, can't keep this recipe and let it leak out, I will have to talk to your Zhang family. If I can't do it, I'll ask my master to come. If my master can't do it, I'll ask the master to come. Quote, yes, how dare our Wanlong Trading Company offend the Zion sect? Please don't worry, Senior Brother Wu. As long as there is no second store selling Tianxian facial mask within the territory of our Bandung Trading Company, I, the Zhang family, guarantee that the formula will never be leaked out. Quote, Senior Brother Wu, please sit down for a while and I'll get the restraining agreement. Zhang Qinghai walked out of the room and went to get the restraining agreement. This prohibition agreement is actually a cooperation agreement unique to the Qingang domain. This agreement was made by the Suzaku Kingdom, a 9th-level cultivation country, to safeguard the interests of both parties. Each of the 4 continents in the Qingang domain has a 9th-level cultivation country, and each 9th-level cultivation country will have a department dedicated to making this prohibition agreement. This prohibition agreement only requires both parties to write their respective conditions on it, and then use a drop of their blood as an incentive. The prohibition agreement will take effect. If one party dares to violate the agreement, it will immediately be counterattacked by the prohibitions in the agreement and explode to death. The 9th-level cultivation country will also find out that someone has violated the agreement, so it will send a law enforcement team to destroy the family. Therefore, no one in Qingang territory has ever dared to violate the prohibition agreement, unless they do not sign it, and once signed, it will take effect immediately. After a while, Zhang Qinghai walked in with a restraining agreement and a storage bag. Senior Brother Wu, this is a prohibition agreement. Take a look. If there is no problem, we will sign it and activate it with blood essence. Wu Yang took the agreement and read it. Zhang Qinghai wrote down the details very clearly. There was no problem with this agreement. Wu Yang gathered his spiritual power on his fingertips, wrote his name with his spiritual power, and handed it back to Zhang Qinghai. Zhang Qinghai took the prohibition agreement and signed his name on it, buzz. As the two signed their names, the agreement floated between the two with a buzz. From the center of Zhang Qinghai's eyebrows, a drop of essence and blood flew out and merged into the prohibition agreement. Wu Yang did the same. As the essence and blood of the two people merged, the prohibition agreement dissipated in the air with a buzzing sound, as if it had never existed. However, Wu Yang felt that there was a restriction in the soul, which was the restriction in the restriction agreement. However, this restriction did not cause any harm to his soul. As long as he did not violate the content of the agreement, he could ignore it. Senior Brother Wu, these are 2 million low-grade spiritual stones. From now on, will you collect the monthly dividends, or will they be sent to Zion sect? Wu Yang took the storage bag handed over by Zhang Qinghai. I will come and pick it up if I have time. If I don't come by the end of the month, you can send it to Shaoyun Peak of Zion sect and give it to the sect Saint Zhongmin, and say it belongs to me, Wu Yang. This is how to make the celestial facial mask. You can arrange production immediately. Also, here are 250,000 celestial facial masks. You can sell them and settle the accounts together at the end of the month. Quote, okay, then I will start promoting it right away. This fairy mask will definitely become popular in the entire cultivation world. We have a happy cooperation, Brother Wu. Also, this is the high-end token of our Bandung Commercial Bank. No matter which branch you go to, with this token you can withdraw the dividends of the month. Quote, Zhang Qinghai said as he took out a white jade token and handed it to Wu Yang. Okay, you work hard and earn more spiritual stones. I'm short of them. I'll come back at the end of the month. Zhang Qinghai respectfully sent Wu Yang to the door, and happily ran back to the inner hall to start researching the facial mask formula. Prepare for mass production and promotion. Wu Yang came to a business that sold cave dwellings. He wanted to see if there was a suitable cave dwelling nearby. He planned to live here for a while and finally came out once. He would not go back so soon. No matter what, he has to wait a few months to see how the sales of this fairy mask are. If there is a chance, he also wants to go to other sects' territories and is looking for cooperation with several trading firms. Anyway, it's not on the territory of Bandung Commercial Bank, so it doesn't count as a violation of the agreement. After making up his mind, Wu Yang walked into the store selling dongfu. Hey, senior, do you want to rent a cave or buy a cave? We have all kinds of caves. As soon as Wu Yang walked in, a waiter came over to greet him. First of all, tell me how much it will cost to rent, and what the price will be if you buy it. Give me a good introduction. Okay, Look here, our cave is divided into 3 levels. The lower level cave is rented for 1 month for 100 low-grade spiritual stones. If you buy it, it is 20,000 low-grade spiritual stones. The rent of a medium-sized cave is 1,000 low-grade spiritual stones per month, and the purchase price is 200,000 low-grade spiritual stones. In addition, this is a high-grade cave. Not only is the spiritual energy of heaven and earth more intense, but it also has a female cultivator in the foundation building stage as a housekeeper. It can be rented for 20,000 low-grade spiritual stones a month. If you buy it, it will be 1 million low-grade spiritual stones. Quote, Wu Yong was shocked when he listened to the waiter's introduction. The first-class cave was so expensive. Although there were female cultivators in the foundation building stage as housekeepers, it was still too expensive. With 1 million low-grade spiritual stones, you can exchange it for 10,000 points with the system. Anyway, he doesn't rely on the spiritual energy of heaven and earth to cultivate. If he has this spiritual stone, he might as well go to the system to improve his cultivation. Why waste the money? Besides, can a female cultivator in the foundation building stage be as energetic as her junior sister? This is 3,000 low-grade spiritual stones. I will rent a medium-grade cave for 3 months. Okay, the 3-month rent for a medium-sized cave is a total of 3,000 low-grade spiritual stones. Senior, please wait a moment. Someone will take you to the location of the cave later. This is the cave's token. You can come in and out at will within 3 months. The waiter collected the spirit stones and handed over a cave token. After a while, a monk in the chi refining stage came over to guide him. After leaving Longbow City, there was a big mountain not far away, which was full of caves. This chi refining stage monk brought Wu Yong to the cave he rented. Senior, this is the cave you rented. You can use the token to open the barrier. If you have nothing to do, please leave now. Wu Yong took out 2 low-grade spiritual stones and threw them to the little monk who was leading the way for him. The reward you receive is just a tip for leading the way. Thank you, Senior, thank you, Senior. 2 spiritual stones may not be anything to Wu Yong. After all, he just earned 2 million yuan, but 2 spiritual stones are still a small income for those low-level monks with no background. Wu Yong took out the cave token and pressed it against the cave barrier. Buzz! A circle of ripples spread across the barrier, and a gap was immediately torn open. Wu Yong stepped in, and the barrier instantly returned to normal. Looking at the token in his hand, Wu Yong thought to himself, is this barrier so magical? This is also a good defensive thing. As long as the barrier is strong enough, no one from the outside can break in. I still have too few things on my body, so I think I need to take a closer look at the system to find out what good things there are. You can't just improve your realm without a magic weapon. After thinking about this, Wu Yong walked into the cave. The cave was divided into 2 rooms. In one room there was only a tea table, a few stools, a big bed and a few pots of flowers. On the other side is a secret room for retreat, but Wu Yong has no use for this secret room, because he doesn't practice at all, and he will never practice in this life. Wu Yong came to the big bed and started the summoning system. System. This big account is here again, hurry up and recharge. Ding. The host has been detected and needs to be recharged. Please enter the recharge amount. 2 million, just charge 2 million this time. Leave some spiritual stones for self-defense. Ding. The host successfully recharged 2 million low-grade spiritual stones and redeemed them for 20,000 points. The current score is 20,900 points. Kung Fu, formations, magic weapons, etc., pull them all out and I want to consume them. Ding. All interfaces are currently open to hosts. Hosts are welcome to make their own choices. All interfaces are open, ha ha ha, isn't that the same as going to the supermarket? Now that we have money, I want to take a good look. I have no shortage of martial arts, and I have 2 combat skills. Hey, flying combat skills. Check this out. What is this book? With a single movement of spiritual power, one can fly 100 miles. Oh, it's only 100 miles. Quote. Wu Yong was minding his own business browsing the page of exercises and combat skills, looking at those flying combat skills. Phantom body technique. It can turn into an afterimage and shuttle among the crowd. It is a must for group battles. It consumes very little spiritual energy and moves very quickly. This is it. 4,000 points are so expensive. 4,000 points, just 4,000. System, get a copy of this phantom body technique. I'm choosing, and I'll deduct them together later. Ding. Phantom body technique is added to the shopping cart. PFF'd. What the hell? You can still add it to the shopping cart, ha ha ha. Wu Yong didn't expect that this system could also be added to the shopping cart. What kind of operation was this? He immediately made himself laugh. A thought can travel thousands of miles away. This is a trick. A thought can travel thousands of miles away. As long as the spiritual power in the body is enough, it can be used continuously. This book actually costs 5,000 points. But it is indeed practical. You can't save money for escaping. The system, this book is worth 1,000 miles, add it. Ding, add to shopping cart. That's enough. Yin Man and I have the movement skills to escape. We don't need combat skills yet. Let's look at the magic weapon. Wu Yong spent 9,000 points and bought 2 books on flying skills. Until now, he still doesn't have a magic weapon. It is really unreasonable to have no magic weapon in the golden elixir period. He thought that he clicked on the magic weapon page. The page opened, and a bunch of magic weapons appeared on it. There are so many: swords, guns, swords and halberds, 18 kinds of weapons, but for someone as handsome as me, he must use a sword. Haha, if a man and a sword merge into one, I will be a fool. It's so expensive. After buying this, won't I become poor again? Oh my god, is it easy for me to earn some spiritual stones? Wu Yong complained, but he still chose seriously. The top magic weapon, the dragon sword. This is so handsome. The top magic weapon is the dragon sword. The sword is 3 feet 6 long. The hilt is in the shape of a dragon's head. There is a small white dragon swimming in the silver sword body. A top-notch magic weapon that can only be used by those at the golden core stage or above. Infused with spiritual power, the dragon spirit in the sword body can be transformed into a dragon-shaped sword light. The stronger the monk and the higher his cultivation level, the more spiritual power he injects, and the more powerful the dragon-shaped sword light formed will be. Wandering Dragon Sword, plus Sword Technique. A total of 10,000 points. Wu Yong looked at the introduction and felt a twinge in his heart, but he had no choice, this was necessary. After all, Nangong Ling and Lu Tianya would not let him go. He didn't want to have no magic weapon when facing the two of them in the future. System, Yulongjian, bought, check out. Ding. The purchase was successful. Phantom body technique, 1,000 miles, dragon sword and sword art, a total of 19,000 points were spent, and 1,900 points are left. Ding. The host begins to understand. Ding. The phantom body technique was successfully comprehended. Ding. One thought can reach 1,000 miles, and success is achieved. Ding. The Yulong sword technique was successfully understood. The dragon sword has been placed in the storage bag. 1,000 plus realms left. Ding. Congratulations to the host for being promoted to the middle stage of Golden Elixir. After deducting 1,000 points, 900 points remain. Mid-stage Golden Elixir, ha ha ha, a thought that travels thousands of miles, the Wandering Dragon Sword. With a thought, Wu Yong took out the dragon sword from his storage bag, looked at the little white dragon swimming inside the sword, and stroked it with his hand. Find a place where no one is and try it. Hee, how about trying its power? After saying that, Wu Yong stood up, walked to the barrier of the cave, took out the token and pressed it, and walked out of the cave. Holding the wandering dragon's sword in his hand, with a thought in his mind, he cast it instantly with 1,000 miles of thought. Phew, Wu Yong's figure disappeared directly, and reappeared thousands of miles away. Wu Yong braked suddenly and stabilized his figure in the air. It's so fast, I almost couldn't stop the car. This spirit stone flower is worth it. It seems that I need to practice more in the future. I can't stop every time. But this consumption is too great. With one thought, 1/10 of the spiritual power in my body is consumed. It seems that I am still not strong enough, and my body cannot contain so much spiritual power. You have to continue to get stronger. There is still a long way to go. Wu Yong murmured, and the figure disappeared again, reappeared and teleported thousands of miles away, arriving in a deserted mountain. This is it, try the power of this dragon wandering sword. Wu Yong said that the spiritual power in his body was instantly injected into the dragon sword, and the dragon's sword suddenly emitted a burst of ancient light, and then the silver light flourished, and a dragon roar came from the sword body. Roar! A small white dragon as thick as a thigh appeared, and Wuyong raised the dragon's sword high. The first form of the wandering dragon sword technique, flying dragon in the sky. He shouted loudly and slashed forward with his sword. The little white dragon let out a dragon roar and roared. A dragon-shaped sword light emitted a rumbling sound as it cut through the sky, directly slashing on a mountain peak. Boom! A huge explosion sounded, the mountain cracked, dust spread all over the sky, and a huge gap was cut out of the mountain peak. Pieces of gravel are falling. I saw a long crack in the middle of a mountain peak separating the top of the mountain from the foot of the mountain. Wuyong looked at the wandering dragon sword in his hand in surprise. This is too strong. These 10,000 points are worth spending. Besides, I am still in the golden core stage. If I reach the nascent soul stage, wouldn't it be possible to level this mountain with just one sword? Haha, Lu Tianya, Nangong Ling, don't let me meet you alone, otherwise you will be good looking, hee hee hee. Quote. Wuyong laughed evilly. He would definitely not expose himself, but who would know if he was wearing a mask? But for a moment, I thought, ordinary black clothes are not enough. If the nascent soul monk uses his spiritual sense to detect it, he will be exposed. When he thought of this, Wuyong began to call the system. Hey, system brother, wake up. Ding, please ask the host if you want to recharge. I'm just like your mother, and I'm asking you if you have any magic weapon that hides your cultivation and appearance. Ding, host, please pay attention to your wording. Magic jade can be worn on the body to hide the cultivation level. The host can adjust it to reveal the cultivation level at will. The spiritual consciousness of monks below the god transformation stage will not detect abnormalities. 900 points are needed. Buy it, 900 is just right. Ding. Congratulations to the host for getting the magic jade, 900 points will be deducted, and the remaining points are 0, so I am a poor person. Hey, you're scolding me, you're scolding me. The dog system only allows you to scold me, but I'm not allowed to scold you, right? You have double standards, you're disgusting. Ding, once a warning, if you scold once, 1,000 points will be deducted. Wuyong was also speechless about this system. He had no choice but to call him awesome. Just bear with it. Taking out the magic jade and tying it around his waist, Wuyong took back the wandering dragon sword and used the 1,000 miles thought, and his figure disappeared instantly. Appearing again just outside Longbow City, the figure fell from the sky and walked into the city. Not long after Wuyong entered the city, 3 figures discovered him. It was Lu Yangfeng, Zhou Zheng, and Li Peng. These Xian tigers came to kill Wuyong on the orders of senior brother Lu Tianya. We're following this loser. We can't do anything in the city. When he leaves the city, we'll find a place to kill him. Listen to senior brother Lu, this loser caused us to take off our clothes last time. This time we will definitely strip him naked and make him die without peace of mind. Shish, let's follow him, be careful, don't let him find out. The 3 of them followed Wuyong furtively. Wuyong walked into a restaurant, ordered a few plates of meat and started drinking wine. He was going to have some food and go back to sleep. An hour later, Wuyong walked out of the restaurant and walked out of the city. 3 figures followed him out of the city. As soon as Wuyong left the city, he discovered the sneaky 3 men. He immediately deliberately accelerated his pace and ran towards the jungle. When the 3 of them saw this, they quickly caught up with them. One person was running in front, and the other 3 were chasing after him. Wuyong's figure disappeared around a corner. The 3 of them chased here and found that the person was missing. Where's this trash? Where did he go? This loser actually ran so fast and disappeared after turning a corner. It doesn't make sense. Senior brother Lu, do you think he is hiding and is near us? Well, it seems he found us, let him run away again. The 3 of them were kicking the ground angrily when suddenly 3 spiritual fists flew out, bang bang bang, and one of them was punched in the face. The 3 people were immediately hit in the eyes, and were punched out. They fell to the ground with a bang, and the 3 of them were unconscious. The person who punched was none other than Wuyong. Just now, his figure flashed out of the way and came to the grass. When the 3 of them were not paying attention, he used the sky-shattering fist and immediately made 3 spiritual fist seals. Seeing the three people unconscious, Wu Yong jumped out and came to the three people. You still don't give up, you actually want my life this time, I won't even leave you any clothes this time. Wu Yong said, untied the storage bags of the three people, took off their clothes, took out a rope, and hung the three people on the tree. Just like that, the three of them were hung on the tree by Wu Yong, all naked except for a pair of white briefs. At this time, the left eye of the three people turned into panda eyes and they were unconscious. Wu Yong picked up the clothes of the three people, took their storage bags and left. A quarter of an hour later, Lu Yangfeng, who was hanging on the tree, woke up. Knowing that he was hanging on the tree, he let out bursts of roars. Ah, who is it? I'm going to kill you. Ah, trash, this trash. Who is helping him? Lu Yangfeng kept struggling, and after a while he used his spiritual power to break free of the rope. Then he fired 2 more spiritual powers and cut the ropes binding Zhou Zheng and Li Peng. Bang bang, the 2 of them landed. The 2 of them woke up the moment it hit the ground. Ah. Who is it that attacked us again? My clothes, ah. Wu Yong, this loser, who is helping him? He takes off our clothes every time, I want to kill him. Shut up, Lu Yangfeng shouted loudly, and the 2 of them suddenly fell silent. Is it interesting to argue now? Isn't it embarrassing enough? Find a way to return to the sect first and report this matter to senior brother. This waste must have someone helping him. No matter who this person is, we can't deal with it. Now we can only go back and ask the senior brother to take action himself. Quote. After Lu Yangfeng got angry, the 3 of them found a few large leaves and tied them around their waists. They looked carefully and walked out of the jungle. He came to a house, stole 3 sets of clothes, put them on, and ran back to Xian sect. Wu Yong returned to the cave with several people's clothes and storage bags, threw them on the ground, wiped away the consciousness on them, and opened the storage bags. As soon as his consciousness moved, the contents of the storage bag were immediately poured out. There were still only a few thousand low-grade spiritual stones, some elixirs, and 3 flying swords. You are so poor. They are all broken things. Forget it. Sell them all. Just keep the elixirs and spiritual stones. Humph, I confiscated them. Wu Yong took the spirit stones and elixirs back into his storage bag, and left the cave with other things. He was going to the city to sell 3 storage bags and 3 flying swords, and even his clothes were sold to him. A quarter of an hour later, Wu Yong arrived at Wanlong Commercial Bank and walked in directly. Hey, senior brother Wu, you're here. Do you need a little help? When the previous waiter saw Wu Yong coming in, he ran over with a flattering look on his face. I want to sell something, and you can help me take a look. Senior brother Wu, please wait a moment. The shopkeeper said that if you come, let me inform him. Please wait a moment, I will report it right away. Okay then, let's go. After the waiter left, Wu Yong started shopping by himself. He saw that the fairy mask was placed in the center of Wanlong Commercial Bank. There was a waiter who was entertaining a dozen female practitioners who were making purchases. Seeing this, I felt comfortable. Oh, this is how making money should be. Buy it, buy more, I am poor. While Wu Yong was feeling complacent, Zhang Qinghai walked out of the inner hall. Oh, senior brother Wu, please come quickly. I was waiting for you. I thought you wouldn't come so soon. Oh, haha, shopkeeper Zhang, I'm here to sell some things today. Here, exchange these for me into spiritual stones. Wu Yong said and took out 3 storage bags, 3 flying swords, and 3 sets of clothes. You go over and help senior brother Wu with some, and they will be replaced with spiritual stones later and brought in. Senior brother Wu, please come in, I have something to ask you. As soon as Wu Yong heard that something was coming to him, he raised his feet and followed Zhang Qinghai into the inner hall. Senior brother Wu, it's like this. 10 days from now, a secret realm will be opened in Mount Gamma, 100,000 miles away. There are countless spiritual herbs and magic weapons in it, but it's a bit dangerous. And you need to have a bone age of under 50 years old to enter. I am over age. Our Bandung Trading Company needs a few spiritual herbs for medicine, so I would like to ask senior brother Wu for help. Of course, it is not free of charge. Our Bandung Trading Company is willing to pay 200,000 low-grade spiritual stones as a reward. If we can bring back these few spiritual herbs, we are also willing to purchase them at normal prices. Of course, if Senior Brother Wu can find other spiritual herbs or magic weapons, we are also willing to buy them at a high price. Quote, Secret Realm. What secret realm? What spiritual herbs do you need? Besides, I may not be able to find it if I go in. Wu Yong didn't want to go to a secret realm at first. He could improve by going back to sleep like this. If he wanted magic weapons and earn spiritual stones, he could just go to the system to exchange them, so he still refused to go to a secret realm in his heart. This secret realm of Mount Gamma is said to be an independent space opened by an ancient monk. It contains countless treasures, mountains of spiritual stones, and various spiritual herbs. I heard that this is the storage space of an ancient monk, and now this secret realm is about to collapse, and only those under the age of 50 are allowed to enter. A person who can cultivate to the early stage of golden elixir at the age of 50 is already a peerless genius. Most people at this age are basically in the foundation building stage. So there shouldn't be much danger if a genius like Senior Brother Wu goes in. Quote, After Wu Yong heard what Zhang Qinghai said, he was suddenly moved. The storage space of the ancient monks, with mountains of treasures and spiritual stones. And a lot of spiritual herbs. And only people under the age of 50 can enter, so there is absolutely no danger. At this age, who has higher cultivation than him? The key is that he doesn't go in vain. He pays 200,000 spiritual stones for running errands, and if he finds the spiritual grass, he will buy it for the same price. This business can be done. Well, if I go to the spiritual stone, should I give it to me now? I have already agreed. No matter whether you can find the spiritual grass you need, this spiritual stone will not be returned. This is nature, this is nature. Give the spirit stones now. Brother Wu, these are the 3 kinds of spirit herbs we need. They are all recorded in this jade slip. As long as you bring back these 3 kinds of spirit herbs, we will buy them at a high price. Quote, Wu Yong took the storage bag and the jade slip, checked it with his spiritual consciousness, transferred the spirit stones in the storage bag to his own storage bag, and threw the empty storage bag back to Zhang Qinghai. Then he took the jade slip to investigate with his spiritual consciousness. Fire spirit flower, green root fairy grass, dead wood vine. Yes, those are the 3 types. It also records the appearance of these 3 spiritual grasses, as well as their growth habits. Okay, I'll take over this mission. I'll go back later and prepare before setting off. Thank you, Senior Brother Wu. The map to Mount Gamma is also in it, so I won't trouble Senior Brother Wu. No trouble, no trouble. You paid me anyway, so you don't have to be so polite. I'll just go for a walk. It won't be a loss if you can't find me. While Wu Yong and Zhang Qinghai were chatting, the waiter walked in. Tell the shopkeeper, these are the spiritual stones that Senior Brother Wu sold for those items. A total of 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones. Put it down, you can go out. Yes, I will resign, villain. Just as the waiter was about to exit, Wu Yong saw the magic weapon in his hand at a glance. Wait a minute, what is that in your hand? Oh, please tell me, Senior Brother Wu, this is a low-grade magic weapon mace that a customer just brought for sale. The young one is about to take it to the warehouse to put it away. Wu Yong likes this mace very much. Although it is a low-grade magic weapon, it should be good for hitting people. How much is this mace? I bought it. This is what I just collected for 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones, and the price hasn't been decided yet. When Zhang Qinghai saw that Wu Yong liked him, he immediately spoke. Set whatever price you want. If Senior Brother Wu likes it, then sell it at whatever price you get. Just 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones. It's from the shopkeeper. When the waiter heard Zhang Qinghai's words, he respectfully put the mace on the table. Here are the 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones you just gave me. Take them back. This mace is mine. Wu Yong picked up the mace and found it quite pleasing to the eye. Okay, shopkeeper Zhang, I'll evacuate first. After packing up, I'll go to Mount Gamma. If I find anything, I'll bring it back. Then I'll wait for the good news from Senior Brother Wu. Also, don't reveal that I helped your Wanlong Trading Company find spiritual herbs. Sure, Wu Yong put away his mace and walked out of Wanlong Trading Company. He even earned 200,000 low-grade spiritual stones for one trip. This was not very comfortable. When he returned to the cave, he lay down and said that he was coming back to clean up. He had nothing to clean up and just wanted to come back and take a nap. 2 days later, Liu Yangfeng and the others returned to Xian sect and reported the incident to Liu Tianya. When Liu Tianya heard that the 3 of them were stripped naked again, he just wanted to get angry, but he remembered what the 3 of them said, that Wu Yang had a master to help him, so he endured it. You said he has a master to help him. It seems that I have to take action myself. This time I will lead the team to the secret realm of Mount Gamma. I will deal with him when I return from completing the sect's mission. You 3, go back and change your clothes, and set off with me later. When the secret realm of Mount Gamma is over, we will kill this waste and the people who helped him. Quote. While they were talking, Wu Yang also woke up. He had slept for 2 days. This was no ordinary laziness. Wu Yang rubbed his eyes and went out. As soon as his mind moved, he used 1,000 miles of thought. The figure disappeared immediately and reappeared thousands of miles away. In the jungle, Wu Yang put on night clothes and covered his face. The magic jade on his body hid his cultivation level. No one with spiritual consciousness would know what level he was in. Unless the cultivator of the transformation stage personally investigates. After changing into night clothes, he took out the dragon wandering sword, jumped on it, stepped on the sword and flew towards Mount Gamma. After all, we have traveled 100,000 miles, so we can't keep thinking 1,000 miles. If we continue like this, the spiritual power in our body will not be enough. So Yulongjian is more comfortable. It's fast and saves energy. After flying like this for 3 days, we finally arrived near Mount Gamma. As soon as Wu Yang arrived here, he found that the place was already crowded with people. It was so dark that there were at least tens of thousands of stragglers waiting in front. These are all people who want to try their luck in the secret realm. There are 10 high platforms not far away from these casual cultivators, but now there are only 4 high platforms with people on them. The other 6 high platforms are empty, but no one dares to stand on them. Wu Yang was dressed in black and covered his face with a black cloth. He jumped up and landed on an empty platform. Wow, the monk below exclaimed. Who is this masked man? He dares to stand alone on a high platform. Doesn't he know that this high platform is the location of various forces? Maybe someone has this ability. If you have the ability, go up and occupy one. Don't be ridiculous, I can't do it. I won't be beaten to death if I go up there. The tens of thousands of monks below were all talking about it, wondering whether this person was bold or hiding something. How dare you occupy a high platform by yourself? At this time, the other 4 high platforms were occupied by the elders of the Qingyu sect and their disciples, one by the elders of the Divine Sword sect and their disciples, and one by the elders of the Tianyan sect and their disciples. The one closest to Wu Yang is a Ku family from a family that cultivates immortality. The Ku family elder and more than a dozen disciples occupy a building. Wu Yang also has his own considerations. He doesn't want to be crowded with people below. The highest cultivation level in this secret realm is only the golden core stage. Moreover, he is still masked and has magic jade on his body to hide his cultivation level. Besides, this high platform is where a capable person lives, why can't he come up? Wu Yang is looking at the bustling crowd below, and an old man on the high platform on the left is also looking at him. This Taoist friend is so courageous. I just don't know how long you can stay on this high platform. Ha ha ha. Old man, what do you mean? Those on these 10 high platforms have priority to enter, so all the major forces want to occupy one. I wonder if you will be able to withstand the pressure when they come. It means whoever has the bigger fist can stand here. Ha ha ha, fellow Taoist is right. Old man, what level are you at? I'm not talented, but I'm from the Ku family, Ku Jingjiang, and I'm just in the early stage of nascent soul. Wu Yang seriously suspected that this old man was in Versailles and was still in the early stage of yuanying. Who didn't know that Jingxian country was a 4th-level cultivation country, and the highest was the great perfection in the late stage of yuanying. Wu Yang stopped talking to Ku Jingjiang, and then the young man behind Ku Jingjiang stood up. Third grandpa, what nonsense are you talking to this masked man? Is this kind of hidden rat worth talking to? Ha ha ha. I just want to see how confident this rat is, yet he stands on this high platform with such arrogance. Hearing what Ku Jingjiang said, the young man became more arrogant and arrogant. Did you hear that? You are a hidden rat. You don't dare to see people with your face covered. I'm afraid you have too many enemies. Wu Yong looked at the young man who was provoking. Who are you, and what is the dog's bark here? You are looking for death. Seeing that the young man was about to make a move, Ku Jingjiang quickly stopped him. Renji, don't be impulsive. If you have anything to do, talk about it after entering the secret realm. This is not the place to do anything. Yes, third grandpa, HMPH, you hidden rat, I, Ku Renji, will let you know the consequences of offending me when you enter the secret realm. But, who can't tell lies? Wu Yong turned his head and stopped looking at the Ku family. After a while, more than a dozen people flew over the sky at high speed, and they landed directly on one of the empty high platforms. It was the elder of the Shengqing sect who led Nangong Ling and more than 10 disciples. Nangong Ling still looked like a handsome young man. At this time, there are still 4 empty seats on the high platform. After a while, 2 more waves of people flew in and occupied the other 2 high platforms. Now there are only 2 empty high platforms left. Everyone occupies the high platform separately and does not communicate with each other. A quarter of an hour later, 2 more groups of people came and landed directly on the high platform. One of them was Xian sect, led by an early Yuanying deacon elder. Lu Tianya and 3 rogues were also among them. Wu Yong looked towards everyone in the Xian sect, looking for his junior sister. After looking for a long time, he didn't see Zhang Min, but he saw Xiaolinger and Lu Qingqing among them. Wu Yong didn't see Zhang Min's figure, and thought to himself, too, his junior sister is a saint, and the sect will definitely not let her come out randomly. After all, no one knows what will happen in the secret realm. While Wu Yong was thinking, another family force arrived in the sky in the distance. Phew, he landed firmly on the high platform occupied by Wu Yong. Get out of here, or I'll take action. As soon as an old man came down with a dozen young people, the old man looked at Wu Yong and spoke. Who are you? If you tell me to go down, I will go down. It's not like there are no vacancies in such a big place. I say it again, get out. The old man directly exuded the coercion of the nascent soul cultivator and forced himself towards Wu Yong. Wu Yong took a few steps back, and then flew directly off the high platform. Ha 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 ha, weren't you awesome just now? Why did you go down? Ku Renji, who was on the high platform beside him, laughed loudly and looked at Wu Yong who was falling below with a mocking look on his face. HMPH, if you dare to compete with my Zheng family for a position, you don't even think about yourself. At this time, a young man from the family who had just been in Wu Yong's position walked out arrogantly and looked at Wu Yong. Wu Yong looked at the young man from the Zheng family and then at Ku Renji. He made a note of it. It is not a gentleman not to avenge one's enemies. While everyone in the Ku family was laughing, a burst of black mist suddenly filled the sky in the distance, and a rumbling sound came here instantly. I saw a dozen people walking out of the black mist, all dressed in black and tied with gold ribbons. A gloomy old man led a dozen young men with sinister faces. The gloomy old man looked at the Ku family's position and spoke gloomily. I, the great demon sect, have taken a liking to this position. You can get out. Wow, the monks below burst out with a burst of noise. The great demon sect, even people from the great demon sect are here. Yes, it has been decades since the great demon gate appeared in this secret realm. The last few times it was opened, but it actually came this time. The monks below were talking endlessly, and Ku Jingjiang looked as if he had eaten shit, but the opponent was a great demon sect, and his family, the Ku family, could not resist it at all. It turns out it's everyone from the great demon sect, and my Ku family is willing to give up our position. After Ku Jingjiang finished speaking, he flew down from the high platform with more than a dozen family members. As for why he wanted to say it, everyone from the great demon sect flew up to the high platform and remained silent. As soon as everyone in the Ku family landed on the ground, Wu Yong spoke. Oh, what a coincidence, why? It's windy up there, ha 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 ha. This time I took a deep breath, You're looking for death, you hidden rat. Want to take action, I'm afraid you won't be able to do it. Wu Yong was also angry at this moment. He provoked himself again and again, thinking that he had no temper. Okay, when we enter the secret realm later, you are looking for him. Ku Jingjiang is indeed a nascent soul monk, as stable as an old dog at this moment. Stop the Ku family who are about to take action. At this moment, the space suddenly distorted on the altar not far away, and waves of ripples spread. After a few breaths, a circular black hole kept rotating, getting bigger and bigger, and finally became the size that can accommodate 2 adults. As soon as everyone saw the formation of the black hole, the nearest members of the Qingyu sect and the elders spoke directly. Murong Shui, please go in with your junior sisters and handle everything carefully. It's the elder. After Murong Shui finished speaking, she took a dozen female disciples from the Qingyu sect and flew in first. Wu Yang reacted quickly and directly used 1,000 miles of thought. After Qingyu sect, he was the second to arrive at the entrance of the secret realm. At this time, Wu Yang didn't go in nervously, but took out a big mace, which was exactly the one he bought at Bandung Commercial Bank before. The people from the Tianyan sect flew past Wu Yang and entered the secret realm, and the people from the Divine Sword sect also flew in. One by one, the forces flew past Wu Yang smoothly, and everyone from the Xian sect also flew in. When it was the turn of the Zheng family to fly in, Wu Yang swung his mace, and a huge blast of wind hit the dozens of Zheng family members with a loud bang. Everyone in the Zheng family flew back, and several of the foundation building stage disciples suddenly vomited blood. Junior, how dare you? The early Yuanying elder of the Zheng family shouted loudly. Wu Yang ignored him. When he saw Ku Renji flying over with everyone in the Ku family, he immediately swung the mace very fast. A larger force of wind was blown out, and everyone in the Ku family also flew back upside down. They were seriously injured in several foundation building stages. Ku Renji and several other Jin Danchi almost lost their footing. Shuzi. You were looking for death. Ku Jingjiang was also furious. He flew directly to Ku Renji and others, protected them with his spiritual power, and took out a few pills and fed them to the seriously injured ones in the foundation stage. People from the Zheng family and Ku family can't enter, others should go in quickly. Listening to Wu Yang's words, the remaining casual cultivators also flew towards the entrance of the secret realm, disappearing one by one and entering the secret realm. Quick, quick, irrelevant people get in quickly. Go, go, little Kurami goes first, hurry up, hurry up. Speed up, hurry up, you won't be able to find a good baby if you're too late, go ahead, go ahead. Wu Yang put the mace on his shoulder and spoke to the casual cultivators who were coming one after another, as if anyone could enter, except the Zheng family and the Ku family. Even the elders from other forces wanted to come up and beat him up when they saw him like this. Anyway, he is not in a hurry. As for whether he can find the treasure, he doesn't care. Anyway, he has received 200,000 low-grade spiritual stones from Wanglong Trading Company. If he goes in and finds the treasure, he can still sell it for money, so he won't lose money no matter what. Seeing Wu Yang's arrogance, the elders of the Zheng family and Ku Jingjiang immediately flew up. Each of them raised a magic weapon and charged at Wu Yang. Shuzi, you will die today, ah! When Wu Yang saw 2 nascent souls approaching in the early stage, he knew of course that he couldn't defeat them, so he disappeared and flew into the secret realm. Elders Zheng and Ku Jingjiang saw that Wu Yang flew into the secret realm at the last moment, and their attacks suddenly failed. Ah, no matter who you are, I will definitely kill you when you come out. Zuzi. Fellow Taoist Ku, our Zheng family is just like you. When this son comes out, our Zheng family will kill him. The elders of the 2 families were furious. As Wu Yang entered, the disciples of the 2 families also flew in after a while of healing. As soon as Wu Yang entered the secret realm, he was teleported to a grassland. Not far from the grassland was a dense forest, and there was a stream beside him. It seems that this secret realm is teleported randomly. I was teleported to this place myself, and there was no one else nearby. Forget it, let's go shopping first. When we meet those unlucky ones from the Ku family and the Zheng family, I will make you bleed. Quote. In this way, Wu Yang wandered around the stream. This kind of place was most suitable for the growth of spiritual grass. Since he was here, he must look for it. This search actually led him to find several spiritual grasses. Although the grade was not high, they could be sold for money. Wu Yang put them directly into the storage bag regardless of the situation. Then walked towards the dense forest. After wandering in the dense forest for 2 days, he suddenly heard the sound of fighting not far ahead. Wu Yong was curious and immediately moved towards the place where the fighting was taking place. Wu Yong jumped onto a big tree with one leap. At this moment, Wu Yong saw 4 young men in black clothes and gold trim besieging 6 casual cultivators. After a while, several casual cultivators were killed. Hehehehe, Senior Brother Zhao, even if these casual cultivators are unlucky enough to encounter people from our great demon sect, we originally didn't want to kill them so quickly, but now that they have discovered this place, they have no choice but to die. Okay, stop talking nonsense and quickly plunder their storage bags. We still have to perform the sect's mission. Our great demon sect has been preparing for this place for 30 years. We must go in this time. 4 disciples of the great demon sect squatted down to search for the bodies of the 6 casual cultivators. When Wu Yong saw this, he wanted to leave. He thought that after all, one more thing would be better than one less thing. He was not the Holy Mother. Besides, he had these 6 casual cultivators. Do not know. Wu Yong jumped down from the big tree and was about to leave, but he made a noise when he jumped down. The 4 disciples of the great demon sect immediately noticed the noise. Several people surrounded Wu Yong in a flash. Hehehehe, there is another fish that slipped through the net here, Senior Brother Zhao, kill him too. He must know about the conversation we just had. Kill him. He is alone, don't let him leave alive. They kill people if they disagree with each other. Wu Yong doesn't even want to be enemies with them. He didn't even give him a chance to explain and just took action. A thick black mist suddenly emitted around the bodies of the 4 people, and a fist formed from the black mist suddenly punched out from the black mist, bang. Wu Yong gathered his spiritual power to resist. The fist formed by the black mist hit Wu Yong's body, protecting spiritual power. Wu Yong flew backwards and his body fell steadily a few meters away. Uncle, if the tiger doesn't show off its power, you think I'm a sick cat, right? I didn't want to cause trouble, but you succeeded in irritating me. Ha ha ha, a man who dares not even show his face is bragging and saying that tigers don't show their power, but you show your power to us. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, kid, I can't save you even if I'm here. Come on, don't give him a chance. The 4 people from the great demon sect immediately took out their magic weapons and attacked Wu Yong. When Wu Yong saw these people, he really wanted to kill him. He took out the wandering dragon sword without caring so much. The spiritual power in his body exploded, and the wandering dragon sword shone brightly. The small white dragon on the sword body flew out immediately, roaring, let out a loud dragon roar. The spiritual power in Wu Yong's body crazily poured into the dragon sword, and a dragon-shaped sword light formed, getting bigger and bigger. After a while, the white dragon became as thick as a big tree. Wu Yong slashed out with his sword, and with a roaring sound, the huge dragon-shaped sword slashed towards the 4 members of the great demon sect at high speed. No, defend quickly. The 4 members of the great demon sect were immediately protected by spiritual power. However, the dragon-shaped sword light of Yulongjian was even more powerful. Boom, a loud noise came, and the dragon-shaped sword light directly cut on the body, protecting spiritual power of several people. The 4 people were immediately hit hard on the big tree behind them, and bang, their bodies fell to the ground. 2 of them vomited blood at the late stage of foundation establishment, and poof, and the remaining 2 also vomited blood from the corners of their mouths at the early stage of golden core, and the 4 of them were injured to varying degrees. Quick, use the combined attack technique. This masked man is too strong. The 4 members of the great demon sect supported their injured bodies, stood up staggeringly, and lined up in a straight line. The spiritual power of the 4 people gathered into the body of the first person, preparing to launch a combined attack. When Wu Yong saw this, there was no way he would give them a chance to use the combined attack technique. The spiritual power in his body was crazily injected into the dragon sword. The dragon-shaped sword light appeared again, and he swung the sword again without saying a word. Roar! A dragon-shaped sword light rushed directly towards the 4 people who were accumulating power, boom. The 4 people who had just lined up in a straight line were suddenly hit by the dragon-shaped sword light. PFF'd. 2 of the late-stage foundation builders were directly hacked to death, and the remaining 2 early-stage golden elixirs were also dying. They had just been hit by a dragon-shaped sword light, and now they were hit again. Moreover, the four of them were accumulating power and had no time to defend themselves, so Wu Yong killed two of them with one strike. Wu Yong came to the remaining two people, swung his sword, and cut their throats directly with a burst of sword energy. Blood kept flowing out of his throat. The two of them covered it with their hands and looked at Wu Yong in disbelief. They never thought that a person who couldn't even tell their cultivation level would kill them with two swords. This was also Wu Yong's first time to kill someone, and he was a little shaken in his heart, but he quickly suppressed it. In this world of cannibalistic immortality, the virgin heart would only make him die faster. So Wu Yong quickly adjusted his mentality, squatted down and took off several people's storage bags, and also took away the storage bags of the 6 casual cultivators they had just snatched. After Wu Yong finished all this, he came under a big tree and gasped for air. This won't work. I have to get a defensive magic weapon. Just now, my body protecting spiritual power almost prevented me from blocking that punch. He is a person who cherishes his life. What's the use of attacking alone? He still needs defensive magic weapons when fighting. Wiping away the consciousness on the 10 storage bags, the contents of the storage bags flew out with a thought. Spiritual stone, spiritual stone, spiritual stone. There were also several bottles of healing elixirs and several bottles of elixirs for restoring spiritual power. As the contents of the last storage bag flew out, Wu Yong also discovered several spiritual herbs. Wow, ha ha ha, it's not a loss, it's not a loss. 100,000, a total of 100,000 low-grade spiritual stones. It seems that the robbery is a quick way to make money, ha ha ha. Wu Yong smiled and put the spiritual stones back into his storage bag, then put away a few spiritual grasses on the ground, picked up 3 bottles of healing elixirs and looked at them, then put them back into the storage bag, leaving 3 bottles of spiritual power restoring elixirs. He poured out one and ate it. He had just slashed out 2 dragon-shaped swords and consumed most of his spiritual power. Wu Yong then poured out 2 more and swallowed them directly. Put the rest back into the storage bag. Sit down and start to restore the spiritual power in your body. A quarter of an hour later, Wu Yong stood up. At this time, the spiritual power in his body had been completely restored. What mission did these people just talk about? Did they find some treasure nearby? It just so happened that these 6 casual cultivators also discovered this place, so they killed and silenced them. That must be it. Quote. After analysis, Wu Yong started searching around directly. He came to the place where the 6 casual cultivators died and kept investigating, and sure enough, he discovered a barrier not far from where the 6 people died. This is a stone wall. Strictly speaking, it is a stone wall formed by a barrier. Wu Yong took out the Yulong sword and struck it with one strike, boom. The sword light struck the stone wall, making a huge roar. However, the stone wall was unscathed. Wu Yong took a step back when he saw this, and his spiritual power was directly injected into the dragon's sword. The white dragon flew out immediately, and Wu Yong continued to input spiritual power. The little white dragon slowly grows bigger with the injection of spiritual power. With a move of his right hand, he swung out another sword, and the huge dragon-shaped sword light rushed towards the stone wall. Boom, an even louder sound came, and the dragon-shaped sword light hit the stone wall, sending out waves of ripples. The sword light dissipated, but the stone wall remained unscathed. Hey, what's going on? A full-strength attack didn't even leave a trace. That's right, if it were so easy to break through this barrier, the Great Demon Sect wouldn't have been preparing for it for 30 years. It seems that there should be some magic weapon on them that can be used to break this barrier. Quote. Wu Yong muttered to himself. Seeing that even with all his strength, he could not leave any traces on the stone wall, he immediately ran back to the bodies of the 4 members of the Great Demon Sect. He touched it directly, and after touching the 3rd corpse, he found a black token. Wu Yong picked up the token and started reading. This token was completely black, and there were bursts of yin qi emitting from it. This rich yin qi only emitted a little, and even Wu Yong, who was in the middle stage of the golden elixir, was shaking. Taking the black token and coming to the stone wall, Wu Yong's spiritual power circulated and he raised the black token. The spiritual power in the body is continuously injected into the black token, and the black light becomes stronger and stronger. Buzz, the black token makes a buzzing sound. Wu Yong controlled the black token and pressed it towards the stone wall. As the token came into contact with the stone wall barrier, the stone wall suddenly made a creaking sound. This yin qi was actually corroding the barrier. After a while, a passage as high as one person appeared in front of Wu Yang. Looking along the passage, there was a medicine field inside. Wu Yang walked in without saying a word. Are they all elixirs? There are so many. I'm getting rich. I'm getting rich too quickly from robbery, ha ha ha. It would only take me so long to discover a place like this on my own. Well, it looks like I'll have to do more robberies in the future, hehehehe. Wu Yang said that he immediately started searching for the elixirs in this medicine field. In a short while, he had cleared out about 2 acres of medicinal fields. Although he couldn't use it, he could go back and exchange it for spiritual stones. These are all cultivations and magic weapons. Wu Yang didn't miss a single drop. Suddenly looking up, Wu Yang saw 2 elixirs in the corner. One was completely red, and even the flower was red. There is also a green fairy grass with only 3 leaves. Fire spirit flower. Green root immortal grass. Ha ha ha, there are actually 2 of them here. Make a lot of money. Wu Yang did not expect to find 2 elixirs needed by Wanlong Trading Company here. The elixirs he pulled out before were also of high grade, but the fire spirit flower and green root immortal grass were his mission this time. He was definitely more excited to find these 2 elixirs than to find other high-level elixirs. He pulled out these 2 elixirs and put them into a storage bag separately. Wu Yang turned around and walked out of the medicine field, returning to the end. Out of bounds. It seems that the great demon sect wants the elixir in this, but it's all mine now, hee. Hurry and leave. If someone comes and finds out that I took the elixir, they might be hunted down. Hide it carefully so that your wealth is not exposed. Phew. Wu Yang's figure turned into an afterimage and disappeared into the dense forest. Wu Yang found a cave and stayed there for 2 days. Only after finding that no one was chasing him did he dare to walk out of the cave, and then started wandering around aimlessly. Anyway, he is satisfied. Treasures and magic weapons are not so easy to come across. Now that he has found 2 elixirs that Wanlong Trading Company needs, it doesn't matter even if he can't find the dead wood vine. It's better to be careful. Just as Wu Yang was thinking, a female voice came from a distance, shouting for help. The sound is getting closer and closer to him. Getting closer. Wu Yang followed the sound and saw a female disciple with a well-proportioned figure and delicate face wearing green clothes running towards him. This senior brother, please help me. The woman also saw the masked Wu Yang and immediately ran towards him quickly. Wu Yang took a closer look. Wasn't this Lu Qingqing's big white rabbit? His sect's female disciple was being hunted down, and he had to help. At this time, Lu Qingqing was covered in wounds, and there was a long sword wound on his back. His lips were purple, as if he had been poisoned. Lu Qingqing came to Wu Yang and made a weak sound. Here, this senior brother, please save me. When Wu Yang saw this, he helped her and helped her sit under a tree. He took out a bottle of healing pills, poured out a few pills and fed them to her. At this time, the 3 people chasing after him also arrived here. These 3 people were dressed in black with gold trim. Wu Yang looked back and saw that they were from the Great Demon Sect again. Hey, I didn't expect that this little lady actually found someone to save her. Boy, you want a hero to save the beauty, do you have the strength? The leader of the Great Demon Sect said. Why do you want to kill her? Is this a little girl? What the hell are you talking about? Grandpa, why do you need to do things? If you are sensible, get out of here or I will kill you. At this time, Wu Yang was also filled with anger. Although he and Lu Qingqing had only met when they were just starting out, they were both disciples of the Xian sect and she was a little girl. These 3 fools actually acted so cruelly, not only seriously injuring her but also injuring her. Poison. Lu Qingqing is only in the early stage of foundation building, and she is being chased by these 3 great demon sect disciples who are in the late stage of foundation building. Not only do they want to rape her. Scholars can tolerate it, but others cannot. You 3. Wu Yang swung the mace and rushed forward. He came to the 3 of them in a flash. The mace danced wildly. Bang. One hit with a stick, and bang bang, all 3 of them flew out. Wu Yang kept waving the mace in his hand, and all 3 people's hands and legs were broken. Bang bang bang, the 3 sticks were smashed down at extremely fast speeds. The three people's sternums were shattered and they died without a chance to fight back. Pulling down the storage bags of the three of them, one person kicked their bodies away with one kick. He jumped to Lu Qingqing's side. Looking at Lu Qingqing, who was unconscious and covered in scars, Wu Yong directly picked her up, dodged, and arrived in a cave a quarter of an hour later. Putting Lu Qingqing down, he took out a few healing herbs from the storage bag and crushed them with stones. Let me declare in advance, White Rabbit, although you are unconscious, I am not someone who takes advantage of others' danger. I want to heal your injuries. The wound on your back is too serious. If it is not treated, it may leave scars in the future. I am doing this for your own good. Quote. Although Lu Qingqing was unconscious, Wu Yong still wanted to explain it clearly to her. After speaking, Wu Yong directly took off her clothes, squatted behind her and applied the crushed spiritual grass on her. Wu Yong couldn't stand the looming spring light in front of him. As the spiritual grass came into contact with Lu Qingqing's wound, she also made a sound of Wu Yong bandaged her as quickly as possible, for fear that he would not be able to hold it any longer. The bandaged Lu Qingqing's screams became louder and louder. As soon as Wu Yong put her clothes on, she took them off again. Hot, so hot. Hey, White Rabbit, what are you doing? Poison. Forgot to have poison. While Wu Yong was mumbling to himself, Lu Qingqing pounced directly on him and kissed Wu Yong, whose face was covered. How could a young and energetic man endure such an operation? Suddenly, waves of seductive echoes erupted in the cave. The spring light leaked out, and the birds outside the cave flew away shyly. One night passed, and there was no other sound in the cave except the sound of dripping water. At this time, the injured Lu Qingqing woke up leisurely, looked at the stone wall on the top of the cave, then turned around and found Wu Yong sleeping beside him, and looked at his body again. Ah! A deafening scream came, and Wu Yong was so startled that he jumped up from his sleep. Ah! Wu Yong put on his night clothes in a few seconds, and then covered Lu Qingqing's mouth. Stop shouting. We'll attract the demon cultivators from the great demon sect later. Besides, you were the one who pounced on me last night. I'm the one who suffered the loss, okay. Lu Qingqing listened to Wu Yong's words and immediately recalled that she was first poisoned by 3 demon cultivators and then chased by them. Then she met a masked man in black who rescued her. She vaguely remembered that it was her last night. Take the initiative yourself. After looking at Wu Yong and then at himself, Lu Qingqing spoke. Turn around, don't look. Okay, I don't want to see it, After a few breaths, Lu Qingqing slowly stood up, supported his injured body and came to Wu Yong's side. Are you Wu Yong? Which Wu Yong joins Shaoyun Peak? Yes, White Rabbit, you still remember me. Lu Qingqing nodded, and then said, are you the masked man? You saved me. Where are the demon cultivators from the big demon sects? Dead. I killed them all while you were unconscious. Aren't you a 5-element miscellaneous spirit root? Why, how come you have such a high level of cultivation? Shish, you can't tell anyone about this. Don't tell anyone about my high level of cultivation. You can't say that I saved you. I don't want to expose my level of cultivation. Lu Qingqing was still very embarrassed at this time. After all, she had given it to the man in front of her last night, and she didn't know how to face it now. Wu Yong saw Lu Qingqing's embarrassment. I will be responsible for you. Although you took the initiative, you were already unconscious at that time and I couldn't control it myself. I was poisoned by the love poison of the great demon sect. If I hadn't met senior brother Wu, I would have died. I don't blame you, Qingqing. If I were to blame, I would also blame the demon cultivators of the great demon sect. Okay, can you still leave? I'll take you back to find your senior brothers and sisters. Lu Qingqing nodded. Wu Yong directly supported her body and walked slowly towards the entrance of the cave. An hour later, they heard the shouts of more than a dozen disciples of Zion sect in the dense forest. Junior Sister Lu, where are you? Junior Sister Lu, can you hear me? At this time, Wu Yong helped Lu Qingqing sit down, put on a scarf, and nodded to indicate that Lu Qingqing could make a sound. Senior Sister, I'm here. Qingling Peak's senior sister Zhang Ruonan heard Lu Qingqing's voice and rushed towards the place where the sound came from. Junior Sister Lu, who are you, that you dare to hold a disciple of my Zion sect hostage? Quote, "Sister, you misunderstood. It was this senior who saved me. In the previous battle, I was chased by 3 demon cultivators from the Great Demon Sect. It was this senior who saved me." When Zhang Ruonin heard Lu Qingqing's explanation, he immediately knew that he had said the wrong thing. "I'm sorry, senior, I misunderstood you. Thank you for saving my junior sister. I, Zion Sect Qingling Peak, are deeply grateful. It doesn't matter. Those demon cultivators in the Great Demon Sect are incompetent and should be killed. Since you are here, I will hand her over to you. Farewell." Wu Yong changed his voice and said hoarsely. "Thank you, senior. I wonder if senior can leave his name. Ruonin will definitely report it to master when he gets back. Thank you, senior, for saving your life." When Wu Yong heard this, he immediately used thousand thoughts of thought, and his figure immediately disappeared. Are you kidding me? Will this woman Li Yanling thank herself? It would be nice if she didn't rob her. If she knew that she had her disciple, she would probably lose her life. Zhang Ruonin stared blankly at the position where Wu Yong was standing before, wondering why this senior was so weird, and disappeared as soon as he heard about his master. When he came to his senses, he helped Lu Qingqing up. "Sister, okay, stop talking. I'll take you back to meet up with senior brother Lu and the others. You can recover well and we can go out together after a month. By the way, junior sister Lu, the senior in black just now, do you know who he is?" "I don't know either. He saved me when I escaped here, and then I fell into a coma, and then I heard your voice." Wu Yong's figure appeared thousands of miles away and landed steadily on the ground from the air. If you don't run away, you will probably be discovered. If you encounter any female disciples from Qingling Peak in the future, you should stay away from them, just in case." Walking in the dense forest, he soon heard the sound of spiritual power fluctuations in front of him. With the mentality of picking up a bargain, Wu Yong once again walked towards the place where the spiritual power fluctuations were emitting. "Brother Renji, we have been attacking this barrier for 3 days and we still can't break it. Is it possible that we need some specific token to open it?" At this time, Ku Renji was leading 8 disciples of the Ku family to attack a barrier. On the surface, it looked like a stream, but in fact it was a barrier. At this time, the corpses of more than a dozen casual cultivators were lying not far away from Ku Renji and others. They were obviously killed by Ku Renji and others. "Continue to attack. It has been 3 days. This barrier can no longer hold up. The things inside belong to my Ku family. Break this barrier quickly and don't let others find out." Ku Renji directed everyone to continue attacking the barrier. There were 9 members of the Ku family, 4 in the early stage of Golden Elixir and 5 in the late stage of Foundation Establishment. Several people kept manipulating magic weapons to attack the barrier. Bang, 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 there were explosions. It was obvious at first glance that the barrier would not last long. Under the constant bombardment by Ku Renji and others, the barrier had begun to fade. Wu Yong was hiding behind a big tree at this time, watching several people keep attacking. Hey, there is a road to the end of the world if you don't walk on it. If you meet me this time, you are in bad luck. If you don't beat the shit out of you today, my name is Wu Yong written backwards." After Wu Yong finished speaking, he took out the mace and smiled sinisterly under the mask. "Let you attack this barrier first, yes, just like that, use up your spiritual power as much as you can, so that I can save myself some trouble later." Seeing the Ku family's non-stop attacks, Wu Yong was prepared to wait until their spiritual power was almost exhausted before taking action, otherwise it would be really difficult to deal with 9 people. Boom, boom, boom. After several hours of constant attacks, this barrier was finally about to collapse. Wu Yong's hand on the mace tightened. Just when Ku Renji made his last attack, Wu Yong moved. Directly using the phantom body technique, his body turned into an afterimage, and he rushed directly into the Ku family's team with the mace in his hand. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.